Wrongful, 2.30 successful.
Office still stands for time? No.
Whew, man. Every time I hear that intro now, I'm just getting pumped up. Good evening, everybody. Sorry I missed you yesterday. I missed you. Sorry I missed you. There was some kind of fiber optic cable that needed to be replaced, and it didn't work from 4 in the morning yesterday up until sometime when I woke up. Actually, like a half hour after I woke up, it started working. But we got new internet, and I went out and got a new phone today with some new service as well. So that way, if there ever is a problem in the future, we have that handled now. So I apologize. I'll be on tonight. Won't be a crazy long show. I'll be on tonight. I'll be on for a little bit in the morning tomorrow. And then I'll be taking a break until probably Wednesday night. So tomorrow morning, midday, somewhere around there. I'll be taking a break tomorrow evening. And then I'll be taking a break Wednesday morning. And then I'll be coming back Wednesday night. And we will continue to go on as usual. We got some breaking news from the last couple days. Some stuff on Idaho4. An article about Audrey Hale that I'm going to read to you. Steven Crowder, I think, is the person. And then, I don't know what's been going on. Let me turn this down for a minute. I can't believe this. All right, I don't know what's been going on out there in the true crime world in the last day and a half. But I've been getting some interesting messages on my Dot episodes. You need to hear her. You need to let her talk. What? Now I'm seeing... Oh, yes, Kelly Miller. Now I'm seeing all these other creators So I was getting videos or comments Saturday and Sunday, and I'm on these old videos, and I'm just like, what the what? And then today, I kind of start going through everything, and I start seeing that there's like, this is a thing again. Like, .2 is a thing. Like dot is a thing again. What? I. I cooking shows. Oh my lord, I can't believe it. I'm like, are you serious? I cannot believe it. What's up, Skittles? I cannot believe it. Ticket number 4, thank you. DS, what's up? How you doing? Bianca, number 7, thank you for hopping in. Ooh, I need some coffee. Good evening, Kelly Miller. Kevin Kraft, the Frog Ninja. Or is it the Ninja Frog? Frog Ninja or Ninja Frog? Which one is it? You don't see me. Where'd it go? I know, it's like your logo. It's camo. It's like... Where'd it go? Where'd it go? What's up, Devil Doll? How you doing tonight? Caddy, I hope you're feeling better. Oh, I know. I usually get those a couple times a year where you can't even walk or think or anything. I know mine's coming soon. Oh, I just hope it's not coming. What's up, Deborah? How you doing? D. Marie. Deborah, what's up? So we got a little bit of breaking news, too. Good evening to you as well. What's up, Miley? Sorry about not being here yesterday. Frickin' all day. Well, they kept updating. It was like this time and then this time. And then at the end of the night when the last time wasn't, then all of a sudden it was like nothing. Then you found out it was a fiber optic issue. And that was after trying. I even tried my mobile hotspot and it wasn't working. I had nothing yesterday. Nothing. So I just did a bunch of organizing. Stuff I was... Ugh. What's up, Katrina? Thank you, Bianca. What's up, Murky Piglet? Brandy 1 in True Crime. Good to see you, Jeff H2. What's up with that, bro? Evil CJ2. What's up, Party of 5? How you doing tonight? What's up with that, bro? Somebody took your handle, man? What? Yes, Brandywine, yes. What's up, Detective Golden? Social Butterfly, what's up? Right. Well, I'm going to be doing a bunch of members' lives coming up. And I was like, you know what? If this is going to... How about we do one of the members' live that we do is where we go through the old episodes, and I'm just going to give you my members-only take. Is what I'm going to do. Oh, my gosh. Oh, I don't know whatever happened. I just remember seeing the video or whatever. I was like, yeah. It's like, that's what I was trying to tell people. People were so mad at me, too. I'm like, I'm trying to help you guys avoid bullshit. I'm sorry. That's one thing with me. I got the big heart and I got the big boot. I'm sorry. When bullshit comes, I get it out. Boom. That's what I tried doing. Electra, what's up? You'll get an updated members only commentary with that too. I think we should do that one night. Do a members only dot with fresh takes. What's up, Susie Smith? How you doing tonight? Yoile, what's up? Still 5'11"? All right, man. Cool. All right, we're going to get into some breaking news here real quick. You know, it's part of the show now. We got to cover a little bit of something each time, no matter what we're talking about. Good evening, everybody. Crystal, thank you for hopping in. We'll switch to that real quick, and then we'll get to some of the other topics tonight. Thank you, everybody, for hopping in. Appreciate you. Sorry I was gone yesterday. Here we go.
Searching for clues tonight in a crime that happened in North Fairmount, and this one has an unsettling twist. Thanks a lot for joining us at 5:30. I'm Mike Dardis.
And I'm Ashley Kirkland. A dismembered body was found Sunday morning along Baltimore Avenue. WLWT News 5's Brian Hamrick is live at the scene with this story. And Brian, have police determined what happened here?
Yeah, Ashley, well, the body was found in this wooded area. It's just off of Baltimore here, but it turns out that wasn't the only troubling detail about this discovery. Along Baltimore Avenue, among the signs of fall, there are other signs. These
make me scared to come outside.
Point to something far colder than the approaching winter. Investigators have been searching this area for clues in a mystery. The body of a woman found in this wooded area. What takes it to another level of disturbing is that the victim had been dismembered.
It's terrible. It makes you just wonder what's going on in people's minds. Like,
whoa.
Feel me? It's one thing to kill somebody. That's terrible enough, but you chop somebody up, it's foul.
Kate lives nearby. She says that the unsettling details can make people forget about the tragedy of the victim.
But hopefully everybody can get to the bottom of who that young lady was and her family can get some closure, better understanding of what's going on.
Somebody's missing this woman right now.
Yeah, somebody trying to figure out what's going on.
The coroner's office and police are working to determine what happened and when, as they try to figure out who the victim is and why someone would want her dead. Yeah, so they are still working to try and identify this.
This is in Cincinnati.
Victim. The coroner believes she hadn't been here for very long, maybe since Friday or Saturday. Meanwhile, they're looking for a person capable of dismembering a body. Reporting live, Brian Hamrick, WLWT News 5.
A local woman disappears while on a yoga retreat in Guatemala. Her family now searching for answers. Hello, I'm Joy Rand.
I'm Michelle Fisher. This is Eyewitness News at 6 on ABC 7, Hulu, and wherever you stream. The missing woman from Monterey Park disappeared in Guatemala.
Search and rescue teams now working tirelessly to find her and bring her home. Eyewitness News reporter Leanne Suter is live this evening in Alhambra, where we're hearing from that woman's heartbroken family. Leanne?
Jory and Michelle, where is Nancy Ng and what happened to her? Those are just some of the answers that her family is desperately trying to find as the search continues for the missing 29-year-old.
I miss my Nancy very, very much and hope the government help us find the answer and bring her home.
A heartbroken mother and family desperate for answers after 29-year-old Nancy Ng disappeared while on a yoga retreat in Guatemala.
My biggest fear is never seeing her again, obviously. I just want her to come home.
Ng vanished October 19th, just days after arriving. Her family says it was her second year going on the yoga retreat. They say they were told the 29-year-old who works for the Alhambra Unified School District was last seen kayaking with others from the retreat at Lake Atitlan.
Whoa.
Investigators say witnesses have been less than forthcoming. Most of them.
She was last seen kayaking with people and they don't know? What? Hold on.
I just want her to come home.
Ing vanished October 19th, just days after arriving. Her family says it was her second year going on the yoga retreat. They say they were told the 29-year-old who works for the Alhambra Unified School District was last seen kayaking with others from the retreat at Lake Atitlan. Investigators say witnesses have been less than forthcoming, most of them returning home to Southern California.
We're begging you, like, if anyone saw anything that could help us.
Whoa, they ain't saying nothing. They ain't saying nothing. They flew home. They ain't saying shit. Okay, I understand. You're in another country. You're fucking scared. You fly home. You still ain't saying nothing when you get home. That don't smell right.
Just direct us where to look.
What's up, Connor?
Because we need answers.
Whoa.
Private search and rescue crews have been scouring the lake from the air and below the surface, but so far, no signs of Ing. A GoFundMe has been set up to help with the search. Ing's family says they are doing everything they can to try to find her and are praying this nightmare will end.
Does anybody have the GoFundMe link? Can one of my mods find me the GoFundMe link for this and we can promote that? So I'm just when did her friends supposedly get back? See, this is breaking news to me. It's breaking news. So if anybody knows, does anybody know when her friends got back? What's up, Cherry? Here, we'll play this again. It was her second time going on this retreat. Second year going on this retreat. She was last seen kayaking with friends. Witnesses are less than forthcoming. The people she was with flew back home to Southern California, where they're all from. I don't know if they talked or answered anything or not. Her friends came back without her. Thank you, Brandywine. This is Nancy NG. Nancy NG is her name. Subprime Lines, thank you for your support. Appreciate you. Ticket number 39 as well. Yeah, we'll watch it again. Thank you, Brandywine. I appreciate that. Let me click on that too, so I can show it on screen here. Where did it go? There it is. Here, we'll share the. Oh, wow. Jeez. 61 or 41 out of 60. So there's the link. Thank you, Brandywine. Appreciate that. Right, Electra? I'd be. What's up, Pam? What Okay, but I'm curious, when did her friends... I need to see when did this take place? October 19th. Oh, shit. Went missing on October 19th. Helicopter search. Where is this? Where? Guatemala? So she wasn't kidnapped. Here, we're going to go back to this here. That's not... hold on. We might have to check out... October 19th. And the friends ain't said shit. No. No. Miley, I was wondering, like, maybe they were told to be quiet or something. I don't know. We're gonna watch this again. I didn't even hear it. It's one of the breaking news I saved. I didn't even... How long? Man, I can't believe I have... It's the 6th of November, and this happened on the 19th?
A local woman disappears while on a yoga retreat in Guatemala. Her family now searching.
Thank you, everybody,
answers.
for hopping
Hello,
in.
I'm Joy Rand.
I'm Michelle Fisher. This is Eyewitness News at 6 on ABC 7, Hulu, and wherever you stream. The missing woman from Monterey Park disappeared in Guatemala.
Search and rescue teams now working tirelessly to find her and bring her home. Eyewitness News reporter Leanne Suter is live this evening in Alhambra, where we're hearing from that woman's heartbroken family. Leanne?
Jory and Michelle, where is Nancy Ng and what happened?
Well, if it was an accident, right, okay. If it was an accident, they got scared, at least came back. This reminds me of Shanquella Robinson shit, yo. As soon as I heard last seen kayaking with friends and witnesses are less than forthcoming, it reminded me of Shanquella Robinson's shit. I'm just being honest.
Happened to her. Those are just some of the answers that her family
What's up,
is
Tiffany?
desperately trying to find as
What's
the
up,
search
Bayon?
continues for the missing 29-year-old.
That's what
I
it's
miss my Nancy very, very much.
what it's
And
making me
hope
think of, Shanquella
government
Robinson.
help us find the answer and bring her home.
A heartbroken mother and family desperate for answers after 29-year-old Nancy Ng disappeared while on a yoga retreat in Guatemala.
My biggest fear is never seeing her again, obviously. I just want her to come home.
Ng vanished October 19th, just days after arriving. Her family says it was her second year going
See
on
what
a
I'm
yoga
saying?
retreat. They say they were told...
Like Shanquella Robinson, that was like the same night. This one just days after. It just... What's that? Ooh, ticket number 29. What's up, Nina? It makes automatic Shanquella Robinson shit. Like this. You can't trust nobody to go on a vacation by yourself. And you can't trust nobody to go on vacation with. What the fuck you supposed to do now? Get a VR headset? We're going on vacation. The hell?
The 29-year-old who works for the Alhambra Unified School
Going
District
on vacation.
was last seen kayaking with others from the retreat at Lake Atitlan.
VR
Investigators
headset.
say witnesses have been less than forthcoming, most of them returning home to Southern California.
We're begging you, if anyone saw anything that could help us, just direct us where to look.
Aww. Aww.
Because we need answers.
Them friends
Search and
need to
rescue
say
crews
something.
have been scouring the lake from the air and below the surface, but so
That's some
far,
bullshit.
no signs of Ng. A GoFundMe has been set up to help with the search. Ng's family says they are doing everything they can to try to find her and are praying this nightmare will end.
My fear is that
That's some bullshit.
no one comes forward and it becomes a cold case.
Do me a favor. If you have any videos that you want to send to me about this case, please send him to one of these socials down there. Evil CJ at Discord, Twitter, or Gmail, please. This is some bullshit. The friends need to. Friends are fucking not. You need to fucking speak up. You at least need to say what the hell happened. You know, somebody give one of them fucking some kind of fucking break. Give him a break. Spill the fucking beans, yo. What the hell happened? Where's she at? Don't do this shit like some Natalie Holloway shit where we find out 20 fucking years later. You know? They need to talk. What's up?
And we don't find her.
You can't go by yourself or with
Certainly
people.
hoping someone will come forward with some clues.
The hell are you
They have
supposed
been
to
in
do?
touch with the State Department and the FBI, which
What's
has
up,
been in
Mr. Fine?
contact with Guatemalan officials as the search continues for Ng.
Hello, I'm Mark Brown. Get more
What's
great
up, Mama
ABC7 content by clicking the subscribe button for our
Ah.
YouTube channel. And download the ABC7 Los Angeles streaming app on Fire TV, Android TV, Apple TV, and Roku to watch on your TV.
New at 10, a somber day for friends and family of Nadia Kirsch. 15 years later, there is still no sign of the then 23-year-old woman who disappeared in Homewood.
Our James Giles joins us now after speaking with Central Alabama Crime Stoppers. James, what is the latest information on this case?
Brittany, Steve, according to Central Alabama Crime Stoppers, there haven't been any updates, but her family is still looking for her. Now, according to Crime Stoppers, the last time anyone saw Nadia Kirsch was on this very day 15 years ago in
thank you,
Homewood
Crime.
in a
Appreciate
parking
that.
garage.
That's
Surveillance
messed up.
footage from that day shows Kirsch getting off an elevator, getting into her car, and pulling off. Her car was later found in West End. Wanda Miller with Metro Alabama Crime Stoppers says they're going to put the case back out there and post on social media. She encourages anyone with information to come forward and give her family some closure.
Right now, they're still wondering. They don't have any ending to this story, and it's the story of what happened to Nadia the day that she walked out of everybody's life, and nobody knows what happened.
Initially, a suspect was charged with murder in this case, but those charges were later dismissed due to delays in evidence testing. You can anonymously give information by calling 334-215-STOP. That number will also be in this story on the WBRC Fox 6 News app.
This morning, an international manhunt to find a Massachusetts man suspected of fatally stabbing his girlfriend, whose body was found at Boston's Logan Airport.
Maggie was
At the airport?
in everybody's life.
Her laugh was contagious. Everybody knows that.
Maggie Mbichu's family reported her missing last Monday, and on Wednesday, the 31-year-old's body was found inside her vehicle in the airport parking garage. Police have identified 40-year-old Kevin Kangathe as the suspect. They say he was seen on the surveillance video and boarded a plane to Kenya shortly after the killing. Mbichu's family gathered last night
To
remember
Kenya.
her as a caring nurse,
Whoa.
beloved by all who knew her.
What's up, American Princess?
Arrested as soon as possible so that we know that the process of justice is beginning so that our healing can start.
Massachusetts police have issued an arrest warrant for Kangathe. They're now working with authorities in Kenya to find him.
The U.S. does have an extradition treaty with Kenya, so experts say it's likely Kenyan authorities will cooperate in trying to find Kangathe.
Well, that's good.
Andrea Fujii, ABC News, New York.
That's good. If you were able to get to Kenya, then how come you weren't able to get somewhere else that didn't?
Lawyers for a Philadelphia man who was released after spending nearly 3 decades on death row plan to talk about the $9.1 million wrongful conviction settlement reached with the city. Walter Agrod was convicted in the July 1988 murder of 4-year-old Barbara Jean Horn. An Action News investigation revealed DNA evidence did not link him to the crime scene. Agrod says police coerced his confession. A judge overturned the conviction 3 years ago.
Glendale police, they say they need your help finding this missing 10-year-old girl. Take a look there at your screen. Police say Haley Lopez went missing around 4 p.m. near 70.
This is Glendale, Arizona. Glendale, Arizona. Haley Lopez, 10 years old, 623-930-3000.
First Avenue and Bethany Home Road. She was last seen wearing a pink shirt, red pajama pants, and glasses. If you see her, you're asked to give Glendale Police's non-emergency phone number on your screen right there to give it a call.
No teacher expects to stare down the barrel of a gun held by a 6-year-old student. That statement is what led a jury in Virginia to allow a $40 million lawsuit to move forward. Abigail Werner is suing the Newport News School Board and administrators after a 6-year-old boy shot her inside her classroom back in January. Werner claims school officials ignored her warnings about that boy's history of random violence.
That's true. We did cover that case when it was going on. We did cover that case. I'm going to share an article with you guys real quick. And then I'm going to share that GoFundMe again, too. Yeah, thank you for that, Crime Lines. I appreciate that. This is an article from Steven Crowder. What We Know. So here's the link to this article if you'd like to keep it for yourself. And one more time, here is the GoFundMe. How do you pronounce that? The last name? Like N? Or NG? Or how do you... like just a N sound? The N and G? Oh, I know, Katrina. I didn't even get all of them. I literally maybe got like a fourth of stuff just because I was like, wow, this is just crazy. Have the first hour and a half be breaking news. Sad. Kohberger. Where'd you see Kohberger? All right. Let me see here. Okay. So I wanted to share this with you guys. We'll do that another day. And we'll go into this article another time when we do. We're going to have like a members only where we kind of... it'll be like somewhat of a mental health episode too. So I wanted to share that with you. That this is an article that came out today at 11 o'clock. Manifesto released by Steven Crowder, What We Know. So it's going to be interesting to go through that. All right, so we're going to switch. What do you guys want to talk about tonight? Got a whole bunch. Oh, we got some Scott Reich covering Delphi and Idaho4. Don't start. Uh-oh. As long as she's not all hyped up on those white chocolate Reese's Cups. I'm just like, huh? Where? Huh? What? Huh? Surprise you? Well, I do want to get into this Scott Reich, but there's a channel. It talks about the IGG and it talks about Idaho4. I've never checked out this channel before, but I thought we'd check them out tonight. Let me see. We have. Let's see. Oh, there's so many subjects we could. I'm surprised Brian Etten didn't release more of the family interview, you know? Brian loses again, another big loss. What did he lose? What did he lose? And then it looks like the southeastern part of the country is going to get a bunch of snow this year. Just as a heads up. But we literally have. I have so many different. We could just pick one, and I'll tell you. We can just go right to it. But I am going to check out this Crime Talk Scott Reich episode, covering kind of both cases. Definitely check out this article, though. We will read through it coming up here in a future show. Future show. Clancy. You know, those are a couple cases I haven't been paying attention to. Is the what's that? What is it called? The eye drop unaliver, and the what are they? The names of them. I've just been so sucked into like getting all this, like got new internet company today. Just been doing a bunch of running around, organizing, just getting things ready for best I have to. Whoa, that's crazy, Mama Fun. That's crazy. Yeah, let's get to the Scott Reich video. See what he's got to say, because I love Scott Reich. He's awesome. I think he is.
And who will be the judge? Brian Kohberger loses his request. The killer yoga instructor trial update. The Moscow Mule mom loses her motion to dismiss. Rex Heuermann may have more troubles, and it doesn't involve dead bodies. I just never got around to telling the truth to anyone over the last 3 years. And then finally, our dumb criminal of the day. Let's talk about it.
Wow, he's got a lot of shit.
Good day, everyone. My name is Scott Reich, and this is Crime Talk. Thanks for joining us. You know the drill. Subscribe if you haven't. Like if you do. Leave me a comment below. And remember, you can listen to us anytime on any of your favorite podcasting apps. And since we are out of probation status on all of the sites, guess what? Hit that little bell so you receive notifications of when we go live or put up new content. All right, let's go ahead and open the record for November 6th, 2023. And first on the docket, we have the case of Richard Allen, the accused Delphi murderer. And things are getting a little spicy there indeed. So the attorneys for Richard Allen, or I guess I should say former attorneys, have filed another brief with the Indiana Supreme Court asking them to now throw the judge off the case, just like they were thrown off the case.
Yeah, what do you guys think about that? I was hanging out in Silky's stream yesterday. Right, the eye drops case. These crazy names, I don't understand it. I was hanging out in Silky's show yesterday. Shout out Silky Southern Tea. And she was asking everybody if they thought the judge should get removed. Has anybody in here been caught up on the Delphi case and the whole court drama with Richard Allen and the attorneys and the judge and all this other crap? What a shit show. And it's so sad because the families, they were told today is the day, and now the families are sitting there seeing this going on. It's like, wow, how do you have any confidence, Poor families, the victims, the families. It's so sad.
Writ of mandamus was filed by two attorneys not directly affiliated with the case against
think
Richard
so?
Allen. And they're alleging.
Let me know, yes or no, if you think the judge, let me know, yes or no, if you think the judge should get removed, and then I'll put a poll up, yes or no, if you really think she will, because it's what you want is in chat. But tell me, do you really think she will? Do you really think she will? Even if you want her to, do you really think she will?
In the judge, Fran Gull, had ruled against Allen's constitutional rights and that she should be replaced as the judge. Now, the defense team is citing Allen's right to a speedy trial under Indiana law. Now, as you may recall, Judge Gull took over and replaced the original judge to bring stability after a highly publicized arrest of the suspected killer 5.5 years after the bodies of Abby Williams and Libby German were found dead of stab wounds in a wooded area near the Monon High Bridge outside of Delphi, Indiana. The original defense team ran into conflict with Judge Gull with what they admitted was a zealous defense and a couple of inadvertent evidence leaks, as they described them. They were confirmed in late September. Well, the September leak included crime scene photographs to social media posters and reportedly led to one leaker's suicide. Now, Judge Gull said she found the attorneys to be grossly negligent and ordered their removal from the case after a televised October hearing. Now, another attorney has petitioned the Supreme Court to reinstate the former court-appointed defense team. They stated, in order to protect Allen's constitutional right to a speedy trial, the High Court should replace Judge Gull for her alleged prejudice and bias towards Allen and release the transcript of the closed-door meeting with the judge and the previous attorneys. Now, the meeting in Fort Wayne was where the judge reportedly threatened to ruin the attorney's professional reputation by detailing what she believed was gross negligence in open court. So either withdraw, basically resign, or I'm going to embarrass you. The judge also set a new trial date in the case after appointing a new defense attorneys, a guy by the name of Robert Scremin, Scremin, and William Labrato. Now, the attorneys already filed the brief with the Indiana Supreme Court to question Judge Gull's oversight of the case, claiming she violated the public access by keeping several filings secret. And just as recently as this weekend, Judge Gull asked the Indiana Supreme Court to grant her more time to file a response to the petition filed by the defense attorneys. The new date was granted until November 16th. So there you go. I told you early on, this is weird, okay? The sideshow has become the circus. Now, the defense attorneys definitely got very creative and was very zealous in their defense of Richard Allen. A lot of people, particularly the prosecution and the police, were quite offended by the attacks that took place in their briefing. And as you may recall, we read it. We did a live show. We read nearly all of it, I guess I should say, to you, so there'd be no misunderstanding. It was pretty detailed, and they go after the police and the prosecutors pretty hard.
That's what I was saying. Like when that shit came out, it was like, whoa. Detailed as hell. Named a lot of names. I'm like, damn, what the hell? This shit shouldn't even be out. Freaking crazy. I mean, and it was just boom, 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 boom. And you're just like, whoa. Crazy.
Judge didn't like that. Okay, there was a leak. Okay, get that. There's a remedy for that. It's called sanctions against the attorney.
Yeah, that leak's another thing, you know? Like I said again, these families were told that today was the day a year ago, and now they sit here and see all this going on. Like, man, that is so sad. Poor family, man.
But to kick them off, to say that there's a
shit
conflict so great that they can't remain on the case, I've never seen anything like that before. We'll see if they get much relief. I'm not sure what's going to happen, to be honest with you, on this one, because I've never seen anything like this happen before. So hold tight. It's going to get good. Next, Brian Kohberger loses his request in court. Well, Scott, what request are you
Right.
talking about? He's asked for a lot of stuff. In fact, he's actually won a couple of them,
What's up,
right? He's
everybody?
getting all that genetic DNA stuff turned over. But what did Brian Kohberger want the least in the courtroom? Cameras. And guess what? He has lost his bid to
Good.
ban cameras in the courtroom.
That's what he lost.
Now,
Who
the
cares?
judge did say he's going to allow cameras, but issued quite a
That's what he
warning
lost.
stating that he is going to have more control.
So this is what Kohberger lost to get? Really? I'm glad cameras should be in these damn courtrooms. Transparency.
Control over what is being filmed during the process.
Transparency.
Now, Judge John Judge.
Just court TV, like, they had so many warnings. They shouldn't even allow court TV to do it. Period.
Judge made the announcement last
Period.
Friday during one of the hearings, and he expects the media and spectators in the courtroom, and he's urged them to be patient and to have some dignity and restraint.
Right.
He says, I'm not going to ban cameras in the
Right.
courtroom, but I need to have more control over what the cameras are doing and what media or people who are not media
Whoa.
are doing with the filming, the judge said. Now, both the prosecution.
Damn, so it was not even from the defense? I thought the defense was the one that did that shit. That's why when I heard the defense was quitting, I was like, good. Because nobody should be letting that shit out in the first place. No shit. Damn.
And the defense, okay? The prosecution joined in the defense request to ban cameras in the courtroom. You know my position. I think cameras in the courtroom are the best thing ever. It helps everyone to see how the judicial system is working.
Right.
Are the prosecutors fair? Are the defense attorneys competent?
Yeah.
Is the judge competent?
Yeah.
Or is it a fair trial?
Yeah.
It's good for everybody.
Yeah.
So the judge did note that this move created a conundrum, as the court must balance the public interests, First Amendment rights, and Kohberger's 6th and 14th Amendment right to a fair trial. As I stated, his attorneys have previously argued the cameras could jeopardize.
I don't know. Un-rav-el said that she was going to try and join tonight because she had something she wanted to show. So, but it all depended on if she got off work in time or not. She had something she wanted to show everybody. So,
First Amendment rights and Kohberger's 6th and 14th Amendment.
I think something we were talking about in the last episode, I think it had to do with the DNA stuff maybe or something.
To a fair trial. As I stated, his attorneys have previously argued
everybody?
the cameras could jeopardize the fairness and privacy of the trial. Prosecutors have cited their own concerns about cameras during the testimony due to the young and vulnerable witnesses. I find that a little disingenuous on the prosecution side. I think they just don't want the cameras there at all. Now, the judge reiterated that
they
would punish anyone who violates the rules, which could include taking away laptops, phones, or being banned from the courtroom. Now, some of these rules have been violated in some of the other hearings, and he felt obligated to put a stop to that. Now, the judge said that he would consider excluding camera coverage of some sensitive witnesses' testimony,
Of course.
as requested
Of
by
course.
the prosecutors.
Of course, we don't listen. I don't. Who cares what the injuries are? I don't need to hear that shit. I don't. Don't need to know. No desire to know. Don't need to know. Don't need to know none of that. Not interested in.
He also said that the photographers in the hearing are not to focus on tabletops where lawyers place their notes, and are not to focus continually on the defendant. I think that sounds fair. Focus on what is taking place on the witness stand, the judge, and the podium where the attorneys are asking the
fair.
questions or making their argument. We'll wait for the final order, but at least we have an indication from the bench. We're going to have cameras in the Kohberger trial.
Nice. That's what I'm saying right there. Yeah, we're going to have cameras in the courtroom, baby. Let me see here. Let me see. Devil Doll about how FBI can't just come in. Well, okay. So like in were you guys anybody around when we covered the Henrietta, Oklahoma case? Jesse McFadden. Do you guys remember that? Jesse McFadden. There was here, I'm gonna put this trigger warning up here real quick. So just mute it for a couple minutes until you see it go away. I'm not going to be having anything graphic visually, but I am going to, kind of describe what took place here for a minute. Okay. So Jesse McFadden had just got released. He was able to exist in a house he wasn't registered because he was an SO offender, not only on the outside but on the inside. Don't know how it happened. A lot of stuff was turned sideways. A lot of people weren't doing their jobs. And what happened was his wife had a couple children, and then they had a couple children over that were spending the night, and he unalived all of them and himself on the property. They weren't inside the house. They were found outside on this large property. Okay. So the local law enforcement took over. They went in there, went through the crime scene. They went ahead, right, Crystal? Right? And we are going to be doing a show on that coming up soon, too. It'll be a members only as well. They came in there, local LE cleared. Yeah, you guys know what I'm talking about. Local LE cleared the scene, basically said it was fine. So it was the landlord of the property called this is the only reason why the family members went there so quick, because literally days after it took place, just a few days, the landlord of this property was calling the family members of the victims and telling them if they wanted anything from that property, they better come get it, because Monday morning there was going to be a dumpster. All right. So then the family, because they're told this, the family, shout out Justin, the family was going out there to go see, you know what I mean? So they went out there, the family, as soon as they walk in, it's obvious there was a lot of shady ass shit going on. I'm talking chains, I'm talking locks, I'm talking restraints. There was paraphernalia. There was so much stuff that got missed. There was some stuff that got missed the first time that other family members of other victims came through and found other stuff that was still moist. So then they called, right? They called the lawyer. They called the LE. The LE comes back out there on camera and is basically saying, what's the problem here? You don't want none of this? No, we don't want none of it. What? And the family's sitting there freaking out. Like, how do you not want any of these computers? Because you obviously didn't take them, because nobody's going to plug all of those wires back in if you take it. I'm sorry. If they're taking it to analyze it, they're keeping it. And if they're returning it, it's not being plugged all back in like it was plugged up when it was being used. It was set up the same. There was 3 computers there. There was multiple cell phones left behind in cupboards. There was photo albums of victims. There was shit underneath floorboards. There was, yes, paraphernalia. There was all this stuff. And they were like, we don't want none of it. Just throw it in the garbage. And the OSBI, back to your question, Devil Doll, because the OSBI was requested in the beginning, but once it got to a certain point, when that family went in there, the week later, all of a sudden you wake up on a Saturday morning and the OSBI comes out with an announcement and says, we have taken over this case. So when you're requested, maybe it differs in different states, but it's all these are these state FBI, not like the actual country. OSBI is just like TBI. You know, you got all these different states that are the BIs. But it had to get to a point where, because we were sitting here covering that case as soon as it happened, and we covered it for a decent amount of time, and it got to a point where we're sitting here going through all this stuff, and we're like, how in the hell is this even allowed? When you have video of them telling them, yeah, we don't want it, we don't need it, just throw it in the garbage if you don't want it, we're not going to take it, and you're sitting there on this side going, what the hell? And then you wake up that Saturday morning. I remember making a community post that morning as soon as I woke up and saw that, because I was like, hell yeah, about time something good's about to happen. It was ridiculous. Yeah, I know, Tiffany. Yeah. We do need to do a case. It's been a while since we covered that case, and we do need to do a catch-up episode. We do need to do a catch-up episode, because I'm going to be scheduling a special show for that coming up here soon. Crazy. Yeah, it's messed up. Let's see. Yoga, Rex Heuermann. Another case. Yeah, we're done with that. All right, so we're going to check out this one channel I haven't checked out before, and I haven't even watched this video. The title and the thumbnail just kind of intrigued me, so I thought we would check it out. It has to do with Kohberger IGG. I'm just seeing if there's anything breaking news real quick. Caitlin Armstrong. Not... What? Is circumstantial nature enough to convict Caitlin Armstrong? What? She's not going to get convicted of Oh, I hate watching Banfield too, but it's a Banfield episode. We can skip it. Yoga. Hold on. It's talking about yoga. Yeah, I can't. What's that, Caitlin Armstrong? What's going on with that case? Something about circumstantial evidence isn't enough. I thought, isn't she the one that for sure, like she even got plastic surgery to try and like run, right? She even tried escaping like a week ago or something, no? When she was like making that shit ass attempt to try and jump the wall, and it was just like, yeah, it was like you were watching slow motion, but it wasn't. I don't know. It said something about circumstantial evidence not enough to convict. What's up, Gene? Yeah, something like circumstantial evidence not enough to convict. Whoops. You gotta take that down. It's not trigger warning anymore. Yeah, it was like we were watching slow motion, but it was real motion. It's like, yeah, you ain't making this one, lady. Even if you get to that fence, you ain't making it. Yeah, I know, Brandywine. There is no way that she didn't see what was going on, you know? Yeah. Ooh, this was actually, I'm going to check out this Chaos Sector video first with you guys. I don't know if you've seen this one. It was from a day ago. Hopefully, by then we can get Un-rav-el or Yoile to hop up with us for some of this IGG stuff. I'd love to have either one of you up here with us. How much longer until you run off Un-rav-el? I know you're wanting to hop on and show us something tonight about the IGG or something from the other episode or whatever. What time are you thinking? Dun, dun, dun. We're going to check out some Chaos Sector here. Did we ever watch the one with... I don't think we did. But we're going to check out this one from a day ago. Yeah, I got that on the list as well. Somebody sent that to me as well. Thank you, Devil Doll. Appreciate that. We'll be checking that one out too. There's a bunch of videos about you don't remember. Uh-oh, what happened? Yeah, let me know when you get off Un-rav-el. How long until you'd be able to join Un-rav-el? I won't be able to go crazy late tonight. What's up, Kaleido? By the way, I won't be able to go crazy late tonight. We'll be back tomorrow morning for a little bit. Then I'll be taking a break tomorrow night, taking a break Wednesday morning, and then I'll be back Wednesday night. And then we'll continue there, and then till the weekend. You know the weekend. It'll just be whatever. I just got in now. Oh, all right. What's up, Danny? How you doing? Yeah, I sent you the invite to your email, Un-rav-el. I know you wanted to... show us something. What's up?
Hello.
Hey, what's going on?
Oh, it works.
Yeah, right away too, right?
Right? I gotta turn it down some. Hold on.
Oh, you're good. Let me share her channel if you're not subbed to Un-rav-el.
Thank you.
Yeah. Did you make any new videos or anything?
I don't know. I have to look. I don't think I have.
No. So what's up?
No.
Where were you wanting to show? Or do you want to watch this video? This IGG video?
Yeah, watch the video.
Okay. Yeah, we'll watch this Chaos Sector video here. or no, the IGG video. This is actually it's true crime overtime with Rosie. I think. I apologize if I mispronounce the name. Here is the channel. So if you do click on that, you want to sub, you know what the channel has for a background there, so you know you got the right one. This is does the IGG tree really matter? Yes. So this is true crime overtime with Rosie. I apologize if I didn't pronounce it correct.
And the reason that I was looking at it again,
Oh.
even though it's
Hold on, let me rewind it.
I was re-looking at the motion for protection order from this case from long ago, the one pertaining to the family tree and the IGG stuff. And the reason that I was looking at it again, even though it's old, is because I wanted to have that hindsight of having seen the hearing in terms of, the IGG stuff, and see if that can supplement my reading of the motion for protection order in any way. And what stood out to me particularly was this. And what they're basically trying to say here is, well, I mean, you can see what they're saying is that, Brian Kohberger is not being accused of being related to somebody. He's being accused of having committed these crimes.
And that's page 10.
And this is important because it is actually central to what they're saying and what they've been saying for a while, which is that, it's the consequence that
they've been saying the whole time that they weren't using the IGG in the process to apprehend that. That's why they didn't need to use it.
Matters, and at the end of the day, the DNA matches up. So focus on the fact that he's being accused of committing the crime and not being accused of being related to somebody. So I was trying to figure out, is this a reasonable argument? Is this an acceptable thing to say? And at first I thought, well, maybe. But then I decided I wanted to look at it a little bit closer, just, from an analytical perspective, especially in terms of how an investigation is supposed to work. So, in an investigation, there are a few central roles. And one of the most important roles is the role of the perpetrator. And then another important role is the role of the accused person. And it's the job of the investigator, and in a way the state, but the investigator, to show that the same person fills these two roles simultaneously. And the perpetrator is the most independent role because it won't change. The perpetrator will always be the perpetrator. It doesn't matter if they're caught, not caught, if somebody's arrested, nobody's arrested. Whatever happens, that person will always be who they are. There's nothing we can do about it. That's just their existence. But the accused is a role that is sort of assigned and tested by law enforcement, if you will. Because it's something that starts off unknown, and then it has to be found out, and explored and confirmed. So, if you think about it, how do they go about linking this perpetrator to the eventual accused? And I think that the best way to try and understand it is that they have to find an abstract role in between these two things, and that is the suspect. Now, this role of suspect is kind of temporary, right? Because you use it to get to the accused. And then once you've gone to that next phase of things and you have your accused, then that suspect role kind of falls away. So it's transitional, you know, it's that bridge between the perpetrator and the accused. And it's also experimental. It has to be tested, it has to be investigated, and unlike the perpetrator role, it can change. So the first part of an investigation is using the crime to find out as much as you can about the perpetrator, and then taking these characteristics and assigning them to your abstract suspect so that you can start getting a better understanding of who you might be dealing with. And once you've done this, then you can start testing the identity of potential individuals against this abstract suspect
I like this video.
to see if they do or don't fit.
I totally agree.
Doing
Yeah.
this until you find some.
Definitely go show some love on this video here. I'm going to drop the link. I put the channel in there. Here is the link to this video. This is a really good, I like this video. It's a good presentation.
Analogy.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah. No, it's YouTube, Mike. It's not anybody here. Contrary to popular belief. What's up, everybody? Thank you for hopping in. Please hit the like if you haven't yet, and definitely go show some love to this. What's this channel again called? True Crime Overtime with Rosie. I like this.
Somebody who does fit.
Good stuff.
And they have to fit in a way that is beyond a reasonable doubt that the perpetrator could be anybody else but them. So, let's say you take all of the characteristics of your suspect that you've gathered from your investigation of the crime, and you literally plot them on a graph, a line graph or something. Then the person that you are eventually going to accuse is going to be probably the person who fits the intersection of each of these characteristics. And if you try and plot your accused first and then just, draw lines around him, it's eventually going to show. You can have a perfectly valid looking case, but with unsound facts, one would hope that it will crumble in court. Because each of these lines needs to be correct. It needs to be logical. It has to be verified.
I like this.
So, coming back to this, I would say yes, practically, he is just being accused of committing these 4 crimes. That's the real world implication. And yes, I understand that a court is a real world activity. So a statement like this might be acceptable in that context. But that doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to stand the test of logic. Because Brian Kohberger is not only being accused of doing something, as I understand it. He is also being accused of being someone. He is being accused of being the person who fits the characteristics of the abstract suspect so perfectly that the perpetrator cannot be anybody else but him.
I like
and it
this.
is detrimental if there is an issue
This
with
is
one
good
of these
stuff.
characteristics.
This is good stuff. I like
Because
this.
these are the characteristics that qualify him to be the perpetrator.
Totally true.
And they have to all fit. Look at what happens when you take away one of these characteristics. You're left with more options as to who could be your suspect. you're going to have to start again. You're going to have to reassess something that will distinguish your eventual accused from other people that have these characteristics. Now, there's this attempt at some kind of a consequentialist kind of vibe here that, you know, the results are the results. That's what matters. The process is just, you know, really doesn't matter. It's the consequence that matters. At the end of the day, you know, DNA matches up. So the consequence that matters. But, I mean, like, the consequence of what exactly? Because how was this even established? Specifically, what happened here? I would really like to know, like, what initiated this change? If you look at the hearing, Bill Thompson uses the word transferred, which makes it sound all very routine.
Right.
But here,
Interesting.
if you read the footnote, it seems more like things were left unfinished.
See, I never read through the all those pages. Maybe I should.
Yes, there's hints in them.
Here is, yeah, maybe I should. Here is, yeah, great video. Please show some love. Tell her you saw her from CJ. Man, I would love to have her on panel sometime. Honestly, I loved it. This is good shit. I'm glad I ran into it.
Which I would imagine is not very routine.
Show some love.
So, I mean, I would be quite interested to know how this happened. Was the FBI invited to get involved, or were they like just in the area and they were like, hey, let's help? Did the private lab encounter a problem? Or were they compelled to hand things over? Did they not want to work on this anymore? How does this work? And was this incomplete work sent to the FBI for them to finish? Or did they start over? These are important questions if you're trying.
That is a question I'd like to ask all of you guys. Do you think? I don't think they started over. I think they took over. What do you think, Un-rav-el? What do you think, everybody in chat?
They're there to do one job. The one job they did is to get the suspect. And then they're done.
Yeah. No. The question and the poll. So 71% think she really will be removed, Judge Gull. The poll is let me see. How am I going to word this?
They don't take over. They can't take over.
Not in the middle?
Well, I mean,
You think they
not
started
of
over?
everything. They're just there to get the suspect. That's it. They're not
Right,
to do anything
right.
else.
Yeah, whether it's taking over or starting over, 100%. But I'm gonna ask another question after this though. So you think that they took over or started over?
I don't think they do really either one. They try to
Well,
probably,
they had
I
to
guess,
do one or the
start
other.
it. I mean,
They
they
had to do
start.
one or the other.
They get everything
I
they
think.
can.
Okay.
They start it.
Well, they took over in the middle of Orthram's work. I think what they did, this is just my opinion, I think they took that information, put it in their database, and then used it from there. So I think that they took over. I think they took the information, put it in their database, explored more possibilities with what was already done. Because that, you got to think about it, that's DNA that's already been tested. You don't have much. So you probably are going to go off of what was already done because you don't have much already. That's just where I'm coming
Well,
from.
yeah, and then they're
And
gonna
that's,
talk to the witnesses, and they're gonna like really.
yeah, that's why I think they took over, not that they started over.
No.
So you
Well,
think they
I
started
guess.
over or took over? I think they took over.
I guess took over for a minute.
So what do you think the purpose was of them going back to the house?
They had to. They took over to get the suspect. Oh wait, what?
So they took over.
CJ?
I agree with you. Yeah, can you hear me? Hello?
Yeah, sorry, it broke up or something. Yeah.
So I think they took over. So we kind of agree on that. I really, because there's minimal
Yeah,
DNA.
yeah.
That's why I think they, right, took the reins and went full throttle. That's how I feel. What do you think they went back to the property for? To do the inside and to do the outside. They didn't do the outside the first time when they went and did the inside.
Well,
they just did the inside. They didn't do the outside. Why the outside this time, and why do you think they went back?
Because now they're taking over.
You think they're, what do you mean taking over? Because they're
Like-
getting ready to supply some information or something for the case?
Oh yeah. I think I'm not okay. This is where I think that they wash their hands of it, but
The hot
now-
potato?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, this isn't them. This isn't them.
They're not rookies. You know what I'm saying? They're not rookies.
Yeah.
They walked in there like, whoa, okay.
Took care of business, did it, and done. Now I think the higher up is like probably reading over, watching it, and now it's on.
Because they know that this case really does depend on some of the work. But what does the house have to do with it? Why wait that long?
I think they waited that long because there was chemicals used and nobody could go into it. And they probably were worried, but
Yeah, but they had
at
all
the time-
summer. They had all summer.
But not with chemicals like that. You can't. It might have caused cancer. You know what I mean? Like you just can't. You gotta. And they took stuff out too. So I mean,
Right, but this is my question. If the reason that you're doing it now is because it wasn't in the timeline of the previous trial timeline, then why
they
wasn't
probably
it
thought it was
done?
gonna be a done deal.
But why wasn't it done before the original timeline anyway? Because if the
Because
timeline
they
was
didn't get it
earlier,
okay. There's
okay.
bigger people now in it. Now, I mean,
Then
like
the
I said,
FBI,
yeah.
FBI should be able to walk in there and
No,
be like,
I mean
"Yo."
they can do a lot. I mean, but the thing is you got they gotta okay it. They have to go through all the stuff they go through or do what they gotta do, get everything back, and then the bigger guy got to okay it. Yes or no?
I think they could go in there. I think they could do this whenever they wanted.
They
This
can.
is
I mean,
why wasn't it done in the summertime when there was nobody there?
because they already did what they had to do. They got the suspect. That's what they were called in for. That was it.
But why wouldn't they have done this when nobody was there?
Who?
I'm just saying if somebody's scheduled to do something within a timeline, okay? Somebody's scheduled to do something within a timeline. The timeline gets bumped up closer than what you expected. That's when you make changes to whatever. You don't have a previous timeline that then goes past the timeline of the original timeline because it got extended, and then that's your reason why you're going back. It should have already been done if you were going off the original timeline.
But they
That's
weren't
why
there
I'm
to
saying.
do all that. They were there just there to get who they needed to get. They weren't there to do all the work for, you know, they weren't there for that.
So
They had one job, they did it, and it was done.
So do you think
Now-
that? Do you think that them going back last week was because of what's been taking place in trial? Then, because what other reason do they
it
have
could
to
be,
hurry up
yeah.
and bump it up?
I mean,
Because if you're going
hurry
off
up
the
and bump
original
what up?
timeline, it should have been done already. Because the
No,
original
'cause that's-
timeline was before. It was before. October 2nd was the original timeline. We're done past October 2nd. We ain't even where we should have been at on October 2nd. You know what I mean? So the timeline is like
They actually
ass
probably
backwards.
didn't even. They probably actually didn't even need all this.
I
think they're just. I don't know. Someone okayed them to do it, so now they're doing it. They're doing it to make it look nice.
Well, I hope
And-
so, because when pleather turns into corduroy, we got a problem.
But the thing is they didn't. It goes a lot deeper. Like they have to turn all this stuff, and someone has to. The higher up has to read through it, and it's a process.
Okay, so what? Okay, here's my point. What happens? What happens if the trial started October 2nd? Then you done lost the opportunity to do what you were trying to do before this.
Not really.
Yes, you did, because
No.
if you're going off it's ass backwards. It's ass backwards.
Not really. Not. They already know they're suspect, though. Do you know what I'm saying? They
It's
know.
ass backwards.
No,
The
it's
time,
not.
yeah. If you change, you change on the fly, if your timeline is bumped up closer, not bumped farther away. When the original timeline was October 2nd, now it could be October 2nd, 2025. So to say that you had to change it and do it now because the original timeline didn't work, that's why I'm saying it's ass backwards.
But they actually
because
didn't have to.
That's
They're-
what they said.
they-
That's what they released, was that
They have
they
to?
released they released that the previous trial timeline, they were unable to.
Because probably of the chemicals and stuff.
That's
Hi,
why they're
Ellie.
there now.
Hello.
Right. Hi.
Hi.
What's up?
Nothing.
No, we're having this conversation about, I don't know if you were listening or not. But
I was listening a little bit, yeah, about why the FBI went back.
yeah, if they were going there now because the previous timeline was not the time, not that I'll have to go back to the exact tweet. Let me do it real quick. Let me say it.
It's not about they don't care
Let me
about the
say it
truth.
exactly. I never said nobody cares.
Oh no. I was
let me
reading
see
chat.
here.
That's all.
Oh, okay. Let me see here. It came out from the university. Geez, how many days ago was it? Yeah, right here. It says, let me see here. Maybe I have to click on the actual tweet. All right. Okay. University says that they were told the visual displays take months to build and were not feasible under previous trial timeline. but now that there is more time, they can create the model. If you're going, that's what I'm saying. If you're going off the previous timeline and you said you had no time to do it, so you couldn't do what you just did in 2 days between January and Halloween. That's what I'm saying. So you're saying the previous timeline wasn't feasible. Well, if you were going off the previous timeline, it would have already been done before all of these court hearings really got into gear in October.
The thing is no, they don't work. I don't know how to explain it the right way. Let me think.
Here's the tweet if you guys want to have it.
Well, I do think it is a coincidence that after the court's order regarding the FBI to turn over whatever it is that they have, that they were out there. I just find it coincidental.
But that's why, because the defense must have okayed it.
Yeah, still.
Well, yeah, they have to okay it. I'm sure they would have okayed it in February.
In the department, no, I don't know.
And I would think if you're trying to do the outside, wouldn't you want to do it in the middle of summer?
Probably not. Probably around the time that it would have happened.
Well, then why wouldn't you have done it when the crime took place on the outside then shortly after that?
Well, because
who says that what it looks like now is what it looked like exactly back then? If you're trying to recreate it, then
is
you do when that
FBI,
happens.
because they were only there to do one thing.
I know, get the guy. I know.
But they have to show what they did in order to get the guy. I mean, they
What do you
can't
think they
actually
went
there
back
to
to?
get the guy.
It depends on.
I don't know what it depends on, but I know that
What's up, Audrey?
for somebody to be convicted, to be in prison or in jail for murder, and the death penalty,
Exactly.
I would think they have to show their work. So, that's what I think. And I don't practice criminal law, and I could be wrong. But if it's in the PCA, it detailed what happened and how they ended up at Kohberger's home in Pennsylvania, and how they ended up getting the father's DNA, and how that father's DNA didn't exclude him as the father of the perpetrator. So they put that in the PCA. So if they're not going to rely on it, then why put it in the probable cause affidavit?
Well, they can
know.
rely. That's what I was saying before the court hearing, the last one, because they admit they got the tip from the FBI. They admit they got the tip in the PCA. So when the court hearing, that's before the court hearing was even happening. That's why I was saying they're gonna show the tip, because that's all they used, and that's what they're gonna claim is all they used, because they don't care to use anything else because they used the tip.
Well,
that's all they have to show, and they've already shown that, I imagine.
Well, that maybe, and maybe there's
That's
a
why
lot of
they
things.
put it in there.
Maybe there's a lot of things we don't know, right? I mean, maybe, who knows? Maybe they have a video of. There was some wording in the probable cause affidavit that had something to do with. There was a video of a suspect video.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was like I was like,
yeah.
Okay, so you're telling me that there was a video.
That's a record
of
scratch.
Another video that was suspect.
Uh-huh.
I didn't understand that, and I still
video
don't
of a
understand
video.
that. And I still don't understand that. And I think that if I were the judge, I would ask about that. But again, when they put in the DNA stuff, what can the judge do? He has to. I mean, he can't make a decision on that. Look at how hard it is right now for the judge to make a decision on it now, and the case is ongoing.
I know. I feel bad
know.
for him. He looks so confused.
Well, I would be confused too, because sometimes I think I get it, and it's the
So confused.
SNR and what is it? And I memorized the mnemonic, but now I don't remember what it was. ODIDS, ODIDS, the process by which they do the DNA, but now I can't remember the actual words. No, ODIDS. Remember we were watching that show, and it talked about all the things he had to do.
Watch it a couple times. There's a lot of.
And I made a mnemonic device of ODIDS, ODIDS.
Oh yeah,
Remember
that's
that?
right.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, what was that?
I don't know.
I could. Yeah, that's not on the tip of my tongue. I'll be honest. It's not on the tip of my tongue.
I can't remember. But in any event, I don't know. I don't know if I took over or didn't, but I think the answer to that is in the Department of Justice policies that they're supposed to follow.
Right.
Which Ann Taylor attached to her motion. One of the motions that she did.
Right. Yeah, let me go back to this video. Let me scoot back just a little bit. This is a good video here. And then we'll get to some of those other ones. We got like some Idaho4. Might read them documents though. It's 30 some pages. I guess we could probably do that if you guys want.
Well, we started to at one point.
Yeah.
But we didn't finish.
Yeah.
Did you ever listen to the Lawyer Reacts? Or Lawyer You Know?
Oh, yes.
No.
Yes, I did. I actually sent CJ a message saying that was a good video on the IGG.
Yeah, we were going to play that too.
Yeah.
I got this one and then that one.
And he talks about how the FBI can withhold things, like if they're national,
of course,
or things like that. But this is
Yeah,
not,
of course.
The reason why they're withholding it is, as I understand it, is because of
an ongoing
privacy of
investigation.
third parties.
I think
Because they use
I think they were already there. They were already there doing an investigation. I think a lot of it is because it's part of a bigger investigation, I would imagine. Why else wouldn't they? You know what I'm saying? Unless it is.
Yeah,
part
I
of
would
a
have to
bigger
know, like the
investigation.
Department of Justice policies probably say when they can withhold information, but I don't know enough about it to
But
even say.
the state they put their orders in.
Well, think about it. Think about what local LE does to the local news. It's part of an ongoing investigation.
Did you even watch G for Justice 2 or no?
I did
No,
hear what she said about the requiring more probable cause in Pennsylvania to arrest
And the
them in the way
double
that
probable cause?
Yeah, the extra probable cause. Yeah, I
Yeah.
saw that. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if I can take that as true, only because I don't see I haven't seen if there was an arrest warrant for Pennsylvania. I've seen the probable cause affidavit, and in reality, you don't need a whole lot for probable cause. I mean, you need something, but the manner in which it was done with the whole SWAT team and breaking down doors, that is what I understood to be where you needed more than just, you needed additional probable cause than beyond what's normal.
Because, I mean, they didn't say he was getting ready
And apparently
to go
they had it.
committed.
Well, I don't know if they had it because I don't know what it is.
Who knows? Maybe
Nobody
he was.
does.
Maybe he was guilty, and they knew he was about to go do it somewhere back there too. If he did it, who knows?
We don't even know. I mean, I think
You
we
know what I'm saying? There's.
yeah.
It
I
could
think
be a
we know
possibility.
generally what they took from his house, but we don't know
Yeah.
everything. So, I mean,
Well, that piece of paper. It's got the list.
yeah. personally, I wish I practiced criminal law, because then I'd be more up on this stuff, and it kind of frustrates me because what I see, you know,
Shout out,
is
Caddy.
yeah. So, and a lot of criminal defense attorneys are saying that you know, they should have the IGG information.
Well, yeah, with the amount of homework it takes just to get to a profile, you need the homework to get to a profile. So, and then you have chain of custody. That's the initial start
Well,
of it,
yeah.
because you have to have custody before you can start work on it. So, when you don't have a chain of custody, and then you, even if it is redacted in some spots, there should be a chain of custody. Come on. Even
yeah, well,
if it's
it
part of
takes a
another
lot to get
investigation.
too. You have to get the court order. You have to get people.
You
to
don't have to
sign
get
stuff.
actually.
In this case,
They
in
they
HIPAA.
should turn everything. They should
Right.
turn everything over. There's no HIPAA here. It's
Yeah,
his own DNA. I mean, he's
it's part of the
the subject.
discovery. Yeah, it's
So
part of the
you
discovery.
turn everything over that it could or might be relevant, especially in a death penalty case. If it's going to turn into one, you turn
This
over
kind of crap,
everything.
yeah, this is serious shit. You dot your
The
I's and
reason
cross your T's.
the reason she keeps going to court is to ask for what she has not received. And I think part of what I saw was that she was asking for the chain of custody. Like there's in the affidavit, it says it went to Othram Labs, and then it went to the Idaho State. I don't
ISP,
remember.
then
Yeah.
ISP, then Orthram, then FBI.
Okay, so yeah, that's fine that it says that in the probable cause, but where is the documentation that this specimen, I signed this specimen over to this person, and that person signed as receiving the specimen, and it was in such and such container, or it was in such and such, and you know, it was in
It
a
just said private lab too. It didn't even say Orthram.
yeah, it's I mean, in a civil case, you want chain of custody. I mean, you know, I think of bodies, when bodies are, you know, cremated and they're taken from the hospital, you have people signing, I picked up the body, I checked, double checked it was this, I took it, and this person signed off for the body. I mean, those are just things that you need
when you
in a
when you pawn something, you have a chain of custody.
right?
When you pawn something, you guys, you know.
So those are things I would expect. And I don't practice criminal law, but if in civil law you need to have that, then it seems to me like even in even auto liability cases, like
got to,
you know, who yeah, it's a chain of custody. It's very simple, and it should be, because this is a specimen that has to be transferred in a certain type of way. I mean, it's not just something you just you can handle and it's in a box. It has to be on a slide, or
Right.
it has to be on, you know.
Yeah, handled with like
Yes.
procedures and
Yeah,
you
because
know.
I mean, I've had cases like baby cases where they have a slide saying, "Oh, the pathology of the placenta said this." Okay, then let's get a slide. The hospital signs over the cut of the slide over to my expert. My expert signs as received, and he explains what he got, and the
No,
person,
not-
you know, those things need to be there, and I don't understand why in this case she doesn't have it. That's all.
Yeah, it's what she keeps asking for. Over and over and over.
It's just strange. Anyway.
All right, let's get to the rest of this video. Unless there's something else you guys want to mention. Here's the list right here, of the list of items from the PA search. If you wanted to see them.
Oh yeah, well, Under Armour black boxer, large.
There you go.
Under
Zoom it
Armour.
in for you.
Okay, so clothes, a pot of something. Nike shoes. Champion US, large.
Size 13.
Oh, size 13.
Could be his dad's. Could be his sister's, mom's.
And 4 medical
Right.
style gloves and 1 to something silver flashlight. Where are the IDs that they said they got?
I don't know.
Next page, or
No, it says nothing
No, there
follows
is no.
this
Yeah, there
page.
is no next page.
Oh.
Yeah, it's just this right
it's in
here.
another page. I'll try to find it and send it to you.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, let's get back to this video here. Then we're gonna watch some of those other ones here as well.
Because Brian Kohberger is not only being accused of doing something, as I understand it, he is also being accused of being someone. He is being accused of being the person who fit the characteristics of the abstract suspect so perfectly that the perpetrator cannot be anybody else but him.
And I'm gonna drop the link to this video again in chat. Definitely go show some love. This I never heard of this channel before. This is a great video, great presentation, great logic, great thought process. Great job. Definitely go show some love on this video and hit a sub. Yeah,
I
go
found
ahead.
something. I found some. I'm gonna send this to you because it's really odd.
It's what?
It's odd to me. It might be nothing, but it's really odd.
With what we were talking about the
No, I just found this today. I think this morning, I found something that's really weird, but maybe it's
Okay.
not nothing.
All right. What does it have to do with
It might be something because she's very detailed, so it probably is something.
No, I'm not saying that. No.
It is kind of. It's weird, but
Okay.
And it is detrimental if there is an issue with one of these characteristics. Because these are the characteristics that qualify him to be the perpetrator. And they have to all fit. Look at what happens when you take away one of these characteristics. You're left with more options as to who could be your suspect. And you're going to have to start again. You're going to have to reassess something that will distinguish your eventual accused from other people that have these characteristics. Now,
That's what I'm saying, Audrey. Just the tip. That's it.
there's
Just the
this
tip.
attempt at
Here's
some
the
kind of
tip. Here's the tip.
consequentialist kind of vibe here. That, you know, the results are the results. That's what matters. The process is just, you know, really doesn't matter. It's the consequence that matters. At the end of the day, you know, DNA matches up. So the consequence that matters. But, I mean, like, the consequence of what exactly? Because how was this even established? Specifically, what happened here? I would really like to know, like, what initiated this change? If you look at the hearing, Bill Thompson uses the word transferred, which makes it sound all very routine. But here, if you read the footnote, it seems more like things were left unfinished, which I would imagine is not.
All right, I'm going to pause it real quick. Kelly, how do you want me to fix this, Kelly? How do you
What
want
do
me
you
to fix
mean?
it?
Oh,
I'm not going to highlight it and I'm not going to say it, but Kelly, how do you want me to fix this? Kelly, do me a favor. Type in chat how you want me to refer to it from now on, okay? Help me out, please. Help me out. Because I would like to say it a different way too. So help me out. Get creative. Let me know and let me know, Kelly, what I should say instead. Thank you.
Isn't the tip the car? Isn't
no, it's the BK's name. That's what I'm saying. Like
okay.
before the court hearing, and I was like, look, he's just gonna go in there and say, see, how am I supposed to say this, Kelly Miller? He's gonna just be going into court saying, listen, this is all I got. I just got this piece of paper that has a name on it. Is that better? He's got this piece of paper that has a name on it, and that's all he's got.
Yeah.
Because that's all they put in the PCA. That's all he needed to show the grand jury was PCA material. And all he needs to show is PCA. That's why he keeps claiming that he can't simply produce something he just don't have. He's going to continue to reach out, just like he said multiple times in multiple court hearings. Nothing's been produced. Because at the end of the day, it's gonna go to December 1st, then it's gonna go to January 3rd because of the holiday, then it's gonna go to February 2nd just to kick it back one more, and then on February 2nd, the court's gonna say, okay, well, we obviously, in my opinion, there's others that think there's going to be a bunch of shit coming out with documents. I think it's going to continue to get delayed until the court says, well, defense, he's not really using it. They've stated this whole time they're not using it. They can't get the information. They used a prior case to show how they couldn't get information because a higher agency was involved with that information. And how about we're just going to keep delaying? How about we just move on because they're not going to use it anyway? And then Bill Thompson's going to get his way because he just wants to keep showing what Detective Golden's saying in chat.
Yeah, the only thing is
that's it.
The only thing is the Department of Justice protocols that they're supposed to follow. So it's something that they should have. Okay, so that goes over to it's like spoliation of evidence or prosecutorial misconduct or something, because, and I swear I keep saying I'm going to go get those Department of Justice protocols, because there are protocols that the FBI and Idaho State Police have to follow when they're assisting local law enforcement. So those protocols, she outlines what they, what parts of the protocols say they have to have the goods that she's talking about. And, I think the lawyer, kind of mentions that.
Yeah, we'll be
some
getting
other
into that.
attorney mentioned it too, but
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the key. And I sense her frustration in that she mentions it, the
yeah.
Department of Justice protocols. It was attached as an exhibit to one of her motions. And it's like, nobody's looking at that. Like nobody is, and as far as I understand, that
You don't
is,
have to give it up.
well,
Yeah, they don't have to. That's what I'm going to say. He's
they
going to
do.
keep saying he can't get it because it's going to be part of an ongoing investigation, which they don't have to give it up if it is.
But that ongoing investigation can't trump the rights of someone who is
I think when it's the
facing a death
FBI,
penalty.
Yeah,
I think
it's
when it's the
different.
FBI, it
really
can
is
because
different.
that's a national.
No,
It goes to the Department of Justice.
I don't know. Yeah, exactly.
And then
So the
they rule
Department
on it whether it
No.
gets it, whether they
Exactly,
get it.
and
or
they're
not.
higher than the courts.
Right.
You know what?
Yeah.
I'm gonna find those Department of Justice
Yeah.
regulations.
Please do.
I'll find them
Yeah.
because
yeah.
I really want to get to the bottom of it too, because I've always I've dealt with public entities before, and not in the criminal sense, but if an outside agency, I've dealt with semi-criminal cases like trafficking body parts and things like that. If an outside agency comes in to help, like for example, the Regents of the University of California, and you have,
It's different.
well, if an outside agency comes to help a local agency or a local school district or something, they step into the shoes of the local school district. So they step into the shoes of the local law enforcement agent, and that's how I've known it to operate. This could be different, but I know that
It definitely is.
I think
well,
it is because it's the FBI.
I don't think so. The judge
It really
said
is. It's the Department of, yes, it really is.
Well, the judge said.
I know what the judge.
The judge
They're in
said, "You gotta get it." So once he says,
not all of it.
No, he's gonna look at it. He wants it to look at.
Yeah, right. But
he wants it.
Yeah. Well, if it exists, then I'm sure they'll get it.
I mean,
like if it exists, then.
What Ann Taylor wants is she wants the FBI to say it doesn't exist. And then she's going to turn around and say, well, guess what? The Department of Justice says that it must exist. They have to follow procedures. And that's just my best estimate as to what's happening. I don't think I don't think that that's
Oh, I see what you're saying.
accurate.
Well, I mean, Unravel, though, think about it, though. When you're thinking of a document drop, isn't that, you know what I'm saying? But what
it depends on what the Department of Justice okays.
Well, where do what's the basis for
I
that?
think you have a good point, though, Yoile, when it comes to Ann Taylor's wanting them to say that there is nothing, because she knows
That is what she wants, and
because she knows there is nothing.
So in discovery, you either get when you're asking for documents,
Right,
you say when you're asking for documents, you say after, and this is standard for civil, after reasonable diligent search for documents responsive to this request, responding party cannot comply with this request because the documents requested do not exist. Or you can say complies with this request and the attached documents are attached as Exhibit A. Or you say they exist, but they're not in the possession of the responding party.
Well, Bill Thompson keeps saying he's going to reach out to him, so he obviously we know that there was documents that went, because when the case got stopped in the middle, there were documents sent to the ISP and the FBI. So he states in that court hearing that there was documents transferred to ISP and the FBI. So there is something. But whatever, obviously, I think Ann Taylor got what the ISP got. And that's why she's saying it's insufficient with what she's getting, because there should be more that comes with what she got. But yeah. I do see what you mean, though, how she's trying to get them.
Yeah, that's what she wants.
She wants admit, right?
Because right now you're getting well, you're getting from Mr. Thompson. I can't. They have it. It's a process.
That's going to throw the DNA out, isn't it?
It could take up to 30 days. He's not saying it doesn't exist.
No, but think about it.
He's not gonna.
Hold on, though. Okay, wait. If you're going to have somebody question the tip, if you're saying that they're not going to get the documents and she's trying to get them to admit that they don't have the documents, well, then how credible is the tip? The tip is what led you to the arrest. The tip is what led you to the charge of this individual. The tip is what led you to no bail. The tip is what led you to all these other searches. The tip is what led to where we're at today. To say it didn't would be crazy, because what?
And look, you have the FBI.
So if you're questioning the tip from the beginning, then what's the tip worth? Shit. Here we go again, chat. Damn it.
FBI.
I am not doing it on purpose. I am not doing it on purpose.
You have an investigation. The FBI was involved in handling specimens of the alleged defendant.
Well, they're going to come through.
Well, the FBI was involved in actually making videos of the inside of the house, right?
Yeah, they
That's what.
Yeah,
and
they
and
did
in
the
fact,
3D scan inside and out.
yeah. So they're involved in that. The FBI was involved in interviewing witnesses. The FBI was involved in the investigation. They can't say that the FBI was not
Only to
involved
get
in the
the
investigation.
suspect.
But they have to show. They can't just be there and
They
say,
don't
we
have
do
to.
whatever we want. We do whatever we want as long as we get our suspect. That's not how it works.
Okay. I don't know.
They have
Well,
to
how
show.
credible is the tip if you don't
They
have
have
the
to
work?
show what they
If
did.
the Department of Justice says it's okay, they will.
Yeah, but that would be a violation of his rights if the FBI was totally investigating this case and they did all the legwork, most of the legwork, and then he can't get it to defend himself. You have a right to confront your accusers. You have a right to confront people who uncover evidence against you.
Yeah, they got the name and they got the vehicle description.
And now they're definitely going to make that happen.
Well, they probably will.
the-
So I think they probably will.
I hope, because this trial needs to, like, come on. It just needs to be
I'm not
done.
eating ice. Sherry's asking if somebody's eating ice.
It sounds like it.
No. I'm just drinking coffee.
To be the perpetrator.
Oh, I
And they
love
have
that.
to all fit. Look at what happens when you take away one of these characteristics.
I did not do it on purpose.
You're left with more options as to who could be your suspect. And you're going to have to start again. You're going to have to reassess something that will distinguish your eventual accused from other people that have these characteristics.
You guys are crazy. I love it.
Now, there's this attempt at some kind of a consequentialist kind of vibe here.
Oh my gosh.
That, you know, the results are the results. That's what matters. The process is just, you know, really doesn't matter. It's the consequence that matters. At the end of the day, you know, DNA matches up. So the consequence that matters. But, I mean, like, the consequence of what exactly? Because how was this even established? Specifically, what happened here? I would really like to know, like, what initiated this change? If you look at the hearing, Bill Thompson uses the word transferred, which makes it sound all very routine. But here, if you read the footnote, it seems more like things were left unfinished, which I would imagine is not very routine. So, I mean, I would be quite interested to know how this happened. Was the FBI invited to get involved, or were they, like, just in the area and they were like, hey, let's help? Did the private lab, encounter a problem? Or were they compelled to hand things over? Did they not want to work on this anymore? How does this work? And was this incomplete work sent to the FBI for them to finish? Or did they start over? These are important questions if you're trying to determine the accuracy of what might have gone on here. Especially, again, if you look at the behavior of Bill Thompson in the hearing, I get the impression that this here is the sore point. And Taylor tested it a little bit. She touched on it to see what happened, and I think that his behavior is indicative of the fact that there is some kind of secrecy around this.
Did you do that, Un-rav-el? Because Audrey brings up a great point about making the bits of all the BT's responses and stuff. Did you do one of those?
A what?
Remember?
For BTK?
No, for Bill Thompson. Remember last week
Yeah.
after the court hearing? Did you make one of those? Or just the ones where they were mimicking each other?
kind of the ones that were mimicking each other. But even in here, I just read this. The prosecuting attorney is not generally deemed responsible for disclosure of information and material held by the federal law enforcement agencies.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like they don't have a, especially if it's, if it's, you know, if it's involved in an ongoing investigation.
It does look shady. It really does. It makes it look
They can
shady, but
redact
it's
it.
not. They can do
Like,
whatever.
they can redact. I'm sure if they did, it would be redacted as hell. You might get a few words out of it or something. Maybe I would have to. Okay, I would have to see them at least asking for a header and redacted, right? At least show us there's a header with a date or something, right? I don't know. But I would imagine if it is during an ongoing investigation, it would have a lot of redactions to it, obviously. But I would think you would still see something, right? At least a header and a page number, no?
No.
Right? Why not? Why wouldn't you even see a header and a page number with a lot of redactions, but stuff that is relevant to the, you know, like you're asking about him. You're not asking about anybody else. So anything that pertains to BK should be available in the paperwork. Just if it involves other individuals or whatever the reason is that it would be part of an ongoing investigation, it gets redacted. That's what I would think. Because, I mean, hell, when they're releasing files of JFK, you still get to read some of it. Even though a lot's redacted, you still get to read some of it. Why wouldn't you?
Because then it would show how they work, basically, and they don't have to.
No, I mean, no, if it pertains to, I think, say it is involving another investigation, the investigation that's being, that's on trial right now is the one involving Kohberger. So if there's information on how they were able to build the information to get the tip to Kohberger, what does that have to do with any other case than the one that's on trial? What does how getting from nothing, how getting from DNA to Brian Kohberger, how does that not involve this trial, and how does it involve in another one or another ongoing investigation? I don't see how coming up with his profile could be involved in another investigation. So why would it be redacted?
They just would don't work that way?
Well, they should.
No.
Because that's where you get justice. Fuck yeah. Then that means, Un-rav-el, that means that they can build a profile off you and say you're the one that did something, and not have to show how they came up with your name.
They only show the people that matter. They don't have to show.
Oh, no, there always has to be checks and balances in any kind of power system. There's always checks and balances in any power system. You have to
but not to the no.
Otherwise, people become dictators. You have to have balance and checks in any form. So, I don't see how that's legal. Does that make sense, Yoile? I don't see how that's legal, how you can just come up with a profile and not have to show how you did it. I don't see how that's legal. That's scary.
They might show the defense, they might show, but then they won't show.
You have to. That's so
But not anybody else.
That's
they don't have to show anybody else.
That's not fair. So
the
they could
public?
literally... Really? So if somebody busted in your house and fucking arrested you...
I think you're turning it now.
No.
I said to the
Gave you
defense
no
and to the
bail.
court.
Yeah. So
No, this is what I'm saying. Put you where BK is. You're gonna say that it's totally fine. I don't need to see how you came up with my name, even though I didn't do it. You
Are
would
you talking about the
seriously be okay
FBI?
with that? Yeah, because that's who's holding it back.
Okay, but like I said,
That's who's
to
holding
the
it back.
No, to the defense or to the judge.
To anybody. To
No.
you.
I mean,
To you.
No.
If somebody came in your house and arrested you for
If I was the
unaliving
defense,
4
yeah.
people, if somebody came in and arrested you for unaliving 4 people, and they got your name, and your name came from a tip based off of DNA, you would not fucking want to see how they got to your name?
And I'm saying they might show him, but I don't know.
They
if,
better. That's
it depends on what the judge
How
says,
does
I
that-
guess.
oh hell no. Hell
Well,
no.
the thing is that
Hell
if
no.
you're being accused of a crime, whatever crime
better-
it is, you have a
show
right.
me.
You have a right to confront your accusers. You have a right to confront the people
Okay,
that pin
I
you to
get
the
that
Show me
part.
the
I don't-
radar
I don't
gun if
understand
you
what
say
you
I'm
guys are not
speeding and
getting.
I knew I didn't speed. Show me the radar.
what I'm not getting. What I'm not getting is that the FBI is special and they don't have to. They might be if it's a
That is
matter of
true.
national security or something, but in this
Yeah,
case,
and there
it's
is
a
some.
murder. It's a murder.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah, but they don't have to show the public anything.
They don't have to show the public anything.
That's
They
what
have
I've
to
been
show
saying.
BK.
it's not the
I
public
put
that
you
wants
in
it.
BK.
Well, it's not-
we never
wait.
said public Un-rav-el. We said
Rewind
you.
it and
As
listen
in
to it.
BK. As
Listen.
in
And
BK.
rewind what we just said and
Listen.
listen to what I said.
Ann Taylor is
I'm talking
asking
about
for
BK.
it, so therefore she doesn't have it. We're not saying that it needs to be shown to us.
No.
We're saying that it needs to be turned over to the defendant.
BK.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you rewound this whole thing, you guys would have listened to it again and
Yeah.
heard what I said.
What? No, I was saying they have to show. Yeah, it was about the redaction in
And
the
I
paperwork,
said
and I
that.
said, what I said is no.
I know, but
said
you were
that.
over
No,
talking
you
and
disagreed. No, you disagreed. I said
rewind this whole thing.
It should
Can you
be
rewind
redacted.
it?
No,
Okay, well let's
we can
re-listen to
rewatch
that
it.
again. Yeah, you should.
We can rewatch it. I
You
was
should.
talking about.
and then
I was
listen to
talking
what I
about.
was saying.
Okay, because this is. Tell me if I'm wrong, and I'll repeat it. Because this is what I heard. I was
don't-
sitting there saying
is
that
circles.
there should be. I was sitting here saying that there's going to be a bunch of redactions, and that what shouldn't be redacted is the parts that involve Brian Kohberger and how they got to his family tree. And you said that no, they don't have to show that. I said yes, they do. So am I wrong in what I understood? Because that's what I understood. That's the conversation we're talking about. I was talking about that's fine. They can redact whatever part of the other investigation they're doing because that involves another investigation. But when you're talking about getting to somebody's DNA and getting a profile, and you're talking about that person, and that person is on trial for that crime and has nothing to do with another crime that you're investigating, well, then it shouldn't be redacted. That's why I asked you to put yourself in BK's shoes and asked you, wouldn't you want to know how they got to your profile and your tip? Of course you would. That's why I asked you to put yourself in BK's position. So I understood that you were saying that they don't have to show that. So did I
I'm sorry,
understand
you
it wrong?
misunderstood.
Okay, what?
I don't
'Cause
want to do
that
it
shouldn't
again.
be
I already
redacted.
did it.
You know what? It's okay.
That's fine. I mean, that's fine. I'm just saying it shouldn't be redacted.
Because
Yeah, we can re-listen to it.
No, I mean,
Later,
if
later.
she's agreeing with what we're saying, then we shouldn't.
I mean, I don't.
Really, you should. It's either you do or you don't. It's one way or the other. And if the way that I understood it was that you disagreed.
Sorry, you misunderstood.
So since I misunderstood, that means that you agree with what we were saying then, because that's what me and Yoile were saying this whole time.
I know, and I already said. Okay, so look,
It should be released.
no, it shouldn't.
Yeah. Why shouldn't it if you're BK?
Because you're not up if there's more to this than okay.
That's what I was just saying, and you said I misunderstood, but I just said what you just said. What's up, Sybil? Why shouldn't BK know how they got the profile and the tip? If they use the tip, why shouldn't they be able to show how they got it?
Like, he does know.
He doesn't know. That's what Ann Taylor's
You want
asking
step by
for.
step?
They want to know how they got the tip, how they got the profile, how it went from DNA collection to his name. Yes, step by step. The people that handled it, their professional records, whether they were reprimanded for anything, that stuff. Of course he should get it. That's what I'm saying. Of course he should get it. He should get everything from the DNA collection up until they got his name. 100%. And that shouldn't be redacted. Everything else should be. That's fine. But why should this part be redacted? It shouldn't be redacted because it's not involved in another crime that's being investigated, correct?
I don't know.
Because
Do you
you're
know
talking
that?
about Of course I do, because you're talking about the DNA that was collected at the property it took place at, and you're talking about how they got to the tip of the person's name from the crime that took place at that property. So
Obviously, there's a lot more that we don't know.
Is Ellie claiming that there was another part? Are they charging him for another part? So how can that be? Do you see what I'm saying? They're just talking about one property. That's it. So what do you mean they could be talking about more? They're not. They're talking about one property. They didn't say he went to 1122 and then after that he went to 5685. They didn't say that. They said he went to 1122, went from home to 1122, left the area of 1122, turned his phone back on, went south, and then went back home after that. That's what they state. They didn't say he went to 5876 or 112. He didn't go anywhere else. So how is that? They're going off of one property. They're going off of one crime. So it's one. What other reason would they have to hold back how they went from DNA collection to where they got the name? That's not justice, in my opinion. I don't understand why anybody. What do you guys think? Would you guys want to know how somebody went from DNA to your name?
Well,
And
I
shouldn't
would.
that be available to you in court?
Yes.
I think it would, because if it's not, I don't think that's justice. I don't
Well,
think
it's not
that's
fair.
justice. It's not.
It's not fair that they can hide what they did to
No.
point their finger at you, especially when the Constitution says you have a right to cross-examine, you have a right to face your accusers, you have a right to cross-examine them. And so, they can't just because they're the FBI, I don't think they can just point the finger and say he did it and we don't have to show our work because we're the FBI.
Not that part. Not that part. And the reason I say that is because, look, it could be involved in another investigation. I'm not saying it's not. But that part is not involved in another part of the investigation. That part is collecting the DNA from that crime scene and getting to his name. Has nothing to do with anything else. So there's no reason for it to be redacted because it doesn't have anything to do with anything else but with what took place at the scene of the property that he's on trial for. What else? How else could it be involved in another investigation? I don't see it.
Well, but we may all look, I may look stupid at the end of the day when the trial comes and they have this video of,
What's up, Swamp Side?
BK.
65.
They have this video of BK going into the home and coming out, and maybe that's what they meant by they saw a video of a suspect video. I don't know what that means, And to me, I'd like some clarification on what that
Say
means.
it again. Say it again.
Yeah, it's in the PCA. They say.
No, I know. I got to hear it again.
We have a video of a suspect video.
What's up? Thank you, Brandywine. What's up,
We have
everybody?
a video
of a suspect video.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we can read it in the PCA.
It does
No,
say
no,
that.
I'm not. I'm
Yeah.
trying to.
So it's a video
Yeah,
of another video that is suspect.
Yeah.
Wait, no.
Yeah.
No,
it says
say exactly what it said. A video.
a video of a
probably read
suspect.
it.
A video of a suspect video.
Yeah.
That's what it says.
Okay.
If you go look at the surveillance part of the PCA, it says it right there. A video of a surveillance video, or a video of a suspect video. Because
It's a
me and
suspect
Yoile,
video
when
of
we
a
read it,
suspect
yeah, we and her
video.
were like, "What the hell does that mean?" I thought you were on panel with this somehow. It must have been just me and Yoile, but yeah, because you were up.
No,
there
no,
on panel.
I'm just trying to like it. It just almost made sense just a minute ago.
Yeah, I know. It kind of makes sense, and then it slips your mind. That happens to me a lot. About certain things, not this. But
I don't see how you got from DNA collection at the crime scene of 1122 got to the name. I don't see how that would be in any other investigation. I don't get it. You might use it in another investigation, but when it comes to this trial, you know what I mean? I don't understand. It doesn't make sense. Because you would think if there is multiple investigations, you would be using this in each of those trials. How you got to this part, whether it was him being a part of it, him being the one that, like if there is multiple, then you would imagine the same shit would be used to explain how we got to him in this part, how we got to him in this part, how we got to him in this part for all the different trials. If there was different investigations, that's why I don't think that there's no reason for it not to be offered if they have it. Now they could easily say they don't. Did they have to? No. They probably were just asked to see what they could find, and then they offered a tip. I even think that it was a tip that maybe got, I've even said I thought it was a tip that was something like, hey, here's a little crumb, but don't take it like it's the whole muffin, and they took it like it was the whole muffin. That's how I think it went. Like, that's just me. I think that the FBI was like, yo, we got a little bit of something here real quick. Maybe we still got more work to do on our end or whatever. And they just took it. And because it was really weird how it went from the Oregon car. They were all excited. They got this team together. They went out there. They drove there together. They probably went out to eat, had a good time, went out and investigated this vehicle. And then all of a sudden, boom, flat tire. It's a bust. Now you're like, fuck, we got to start from fucking square one, guys. Everybody's defeated. Everybody was all pumped up. And then all of a sudden, the FBI's like, yo, here's a little crumb. Don't take it like it's the whole muffin, but here's a little crumb. And all of a sudden, boom, took it like a muffin. Bam, arrest. That's how I think it went down. Just like the hot potato, when I think that when the FBI was first asked to help, they walked in there like, damn, hot potato. Same fucking thing. Like, I feel like they did what they were supposed to do. Like, they did like literally what they were asked to do, what they were supposed to. Hey, can you help us? We got a guy over here in Moscow. He's not really experienced too well in looking at video surveillance. You got anybody over there that can go through these videos? Sure. Okay. Hey, we tried the ISP. We had to send it to Orthram. Would you guys mind? They're having a hard time. We're not getting any answers. It's been a while. Would you guys, would you mind if you kind of see what you can use at your, sure, why not? Boom. That's how they could have asked him to help in those two different areas. But I think that both of those, they were just, whoa, hot potato. That's why I think that they just kind of gave him like, yo, this is kind of a little something, and maybe they don't have the homework because their shit was stopped before it was complete too. because with how many tests you have to run, maybe it was one of a few names that were given, right? Maybe it was one of a few. And they just took that one. Okay, this guy's got a white car, bushy eyebrows out of the 3. Let's go. Maybe that's why Brian was like, hey, did you guys, was there somebody else?
Do you know what I find is interesting? I'm reading some of the PCA right now, and it says something about
Stuff in the muffin. I love blueberry muffins. I need a blueberry muffin. Did I eat dinner? I had lunch. That was it.
Idaho Fishing and Game.
Huh?
It says
Idaho Fishing and Game.
Yeah. Audio recorder and video recorder. It's under this part, Exhibit A. They name them. They have Latah Sheriff, Idaho State, Moscow Police, and Idaho Fishing and Game.
Are you want to screen share it?
Yeah, I can.
So what is this? What are you looking on? What?
One of the documents.
For what?
Kohberger.
Yeah, but what document? And what does this explain? The
It has
knife
something
or
to do with it has something to do with Exhibit A.
Exhibit A. What's Exhibit A?
Don't we all want to know?
Fishing net. What is that? Where they're saying he got his unalive kit? I mean, that's where.
No,
you would
I don't
get it.
know.
You know what I'm
No,
saying?
I
You
did-
go
they
to your
have- they-
Cabela's.
Well,
you
I'm
know?
saying that they threw them in there. It's kind of
Amazon.
odd.
Yeah, we just need to see the context. Like, where was it thrown in?
I don't know. What are you?
I just sent it.
Okay, what? 2
It's
pages
in number
or
4.
something, or-
Number 4.
Both pages or just one? Oh, okay.
Just one. I
On the
highlighted-
last one.
Yeah.
The last one. Okay.
Yeah.
Number 4. What? Okay,
Yeah.
so what
Well,
are we reading here?
where
The
it says
state's
C-
response to request. Okay, what date is this? 11/1/2023. So November 1st. Okay. All right. What are we looking at? Fishing and gaming or something?
Well, it
Exhibit
says
A.
it's number 4. It's mid sentence or mid paragraph. It says see Exhibit A, and then that.
See Exhibit A. In addition, deputies and officers from the Latah County Sheriff's Office, Idaho State Police, Moscow Police Department, Idaho Fish and Game, and other law enforcement agencies may record their law enforcement contacts via an audio recorder or audio video recorder. Any audio and video recordings related to this matter are available for review and duplication on request, subject to the provisions pursuant to said subjection, and except as otherwise specified here on any such digital media, any kind of trail cams, I'd imagine. They wanted all surveillance. So, okay, I don't know, maybe I could be wrong, but when the case first happened, right? And this is one of the reasons why I started talking about it. The case first happened, and I thought the person was walking. There's a park, and the park trail kind of leads by Emma's house, and then it kind of leads up to where the property's at, coming from the hill up above, not from Taylor. So there's a lot of parks through there. Now I know
Well,
it's
that
not fishing and
audio,
game, but maybe it's part of it.
that
Maybe up
garden
there-
place.
Yeah, that too. The botanical garden
Yeah.
as well. Yeah, yeah. So I mean, what do you what are you finding? What is it? What about the fishing and game?
It just seems like they have something.
The fishing and game?
Yeah.
They probably offered their trail cam.
Right. But it says
I mean, what else? What are you
it
saying? They
says
have a
related
video of him
to the
disposing of
matter.
a weapon? Huh?
I'm not saying nothing. I'm just saying in relation to the matter.
Well, I mean, just like they probably took surveillance from Pullman and Washington, and all the surveillance going south of the crime, they took it because it might have something. Just like the botanical, they took.
No, they don't take it if it might have something. They said is
Why wouldn't
anything
they?
related to.
They would comb through it. It would be part of the investigation because you're collecting it to go through it, and you don't know if it has something or not, or if it does, or if it doesn't. You still keep it. You don't. It's part of the investigation.
It's not
So
if it's not related to the matter.
No, I would imagine they would keep that evidence until the trial's over.
You mean who keeps the evidence until the trial?
The botanical, if the botanical garden offered their trail cams and surveillance to LE to see if, because there was talk at a certain time about maybe the person possibly ditching the weapon at the botanical garden. So what I'm saying is they asked for the surveillance and the trail cams. I don't think that they're gonna give them back or say they're not part of the investigation until the trial's over, even if they're, because just because you think it doesn't have something on it now doesn't mean you might not go back into it in the future during the trial. So wouldn't it be part of the investigation still until the trial's over?
Are you I'm sorry, is this something that Ann Taylor was asking for, some video of the Arboretum or whatever?
No, Un-rav-el wanted us to look over this. This is the state's response to request for discovery. This is on November 1st. And they included the Idaho Fish and Game.
Oh, okay.
When it came to may record their law enforcement contacts, any audio, video recordings related to the matter, blah, 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 blah. So when it comes to the Fish and Game, I would just assume if it is the botanical garden, they wanted if there was talk early that the person who committed the crime possibly ditched the weapon in the botanical garden, I would see them going to collect the surveillance, going to collect the trail cams, because there's probably trail cams, and then looking through it just like they look through the vehicle cameras, the surveillance for the vehicle. But just because they might comb through it and say, okay, I don't see nothing. I don't see them releasing any of that as not being in the investigation anymore until the trial's over.
That's probably true. Yeah.
They don't just clear video like they clear a suspect and then they just get to go home, or they get to go back to their video recorder. I believe they keep the surveillance until the trial's over, because what if they have to go back to it? They could say, yeah, we don't see nothing, and then all of a sudden they release the video surveillance back to the gas station, and then all of a sudden something comes up in trial where something changes, and they're like, shit, we need to go through it again. And well, shit, you already gave it back. I don't see that happening. After trial, after there's a decision, then I see all whatever's of the discovery.
Well, still, you have to hold it for appeal.
Right. Exactly. Whatever's part of the discovery. And if trail cams or surveillance are part of the discovery, then I just think that they're still part of the investigation. So they would have to include the fishing and game when it comes to any of their surveillance, or who says they weren't out there interviewing people as well. You had, similar for Delphi too. You had fishing and game people questioning people as well, So I don't know what is odd about including them What is odd about including the fish and game?
Nothing. You got it all worked out.
Because of the botanical garden? I mean, we all thought
I
it
mean,
was
I
a
didn't
botanical
say
garden in the beginning.
what it was. I'm just saying it's odd that that's in there.
What
No,
do
it
you
is.
think
It
it's
could
in there
be.
for?
It could be video that is
Well,
shows.
it's audio and video as
Yeah, I
well.
mean, it could be. It could show him BK. But the thing is, we don't know. We aren't told anything. So there's a gag order. So like I said, I could be a fool. I could be over here, talking about how I don't see it and I think something's wrong. And then at trial, they bring up some video that they have. And then everybody, that's talking about this is feeling like, whoa. But that's the problem with the gag order, is that you have people speculating. And so you would think that the video itself, if it showed BK, that it wouldn't be released, but they would say there's a video of BK doing this and that, or there's a video of BK that.
I mean, that could be part of the evidence that's not in the PCA, but when it states on this paperwork that we're being referred to, it states audio and video. That's what leads me to, if we're looking at the Idaho Fish and Game, and then it has audio and video, that's where I just assume we're talking about surveillance. What else would it be? What else do you think the Idaho Fish
That's
and
what
Game?
I would assume.
Yeah, what else? So I mean, how good would, I mean, I could see surveillance, maybe getting a good picture. I don't know about trail cam, getting a picture where you can say, yeah, that's who it is. Who's to say that they didn't, he did take a route that went south, when he was leaving the crime, right? So who's to say they didn't collect any of the surveillance that might be on trail cams at parks or anything, that he would have went back through? Because that's a lot, that area is very dense and not populated. So who knows? Maybe there's a lot of trail cams around there as well.
Well, there's a lot of hunters too.
Yeah. So it could be surveillance from down there as well, not just the garden. But yeah, they would have to be included in this, because if they're not included in this paperwork, well, then whatever they would have offered, whether it's nothing or something that they found out later in trial or something that they had before trial, would have to be in this paperwork in order for it to be admissible, right? You would have to name them, even if there is no role that they play. You would still have to name them, even if there might not be a role. I'm not going to say that they have video of him disposing of a weapon on a trail cam or anything, though. I would just assume it's part of the surveillance. It's part of the evidence. They got to cover their butt. They might not have had anything to do with it, but maybe.
Because of the sounds, the audio, like what kind of sounds were.
What do you mean?
I mean, yeah, like if they turned over video of the Fish and Game or whatever it is, monitoring trails or whatever, they may not just for the video, but for the surrounding sounds of what was occurring.
Four-wheeler. Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's just, you have to include them, because if you don't, and whether you have something now, find something during trial, or you don't use anything, you still have to include them, because you never know. What if you do have to go through these videos again mid-trial? Because something took a swing, who knows? Anything can happen. Like, that'd be like, have you ever been involved in a case, Yoile, where you had to kind of go through a certain part of evidence again during
Oh
a
yeah,
trial?
all the time.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Everything, it's fluid.
And
It's,
if you wouldn't have included them in the initial paperwork, well then whatever, you probably wouldn't even you'd be like, shit, that sucks, we didn't include them, but you wouldn't be even.
well, yeah, I mean, the defense might bring a witness that says something that you weren't privy to because you didn't know what they were going to say. You should always know what the witness is going to say, but they could always say
Right.
something, and then you go back to look at something that was not relevant, but all of a sudden became relevant.
Right. You might have to look back at it, even though it didn't seem like it might in the beginning. It might actually end up being something that you actually need to solidify your argument, or see if there's any other something you might have missed in the initial. But yeah, there's a lot of, when you're talking about that area up there, especially in that area, there's not a lot. It's a lot of really, really, really small, other than Pullman. I mean, Pullman and Moscow ain't even that big themselves. But when you look at the surrounding areas, the populations are just very, 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 very low. And you're talking about dense areas. You're looking at a signal coverage area of the location, and basically along the roads going to Pullman and Moscow, and a few kind of going outside of it is where you get connection. And when you're talking about going, even the route that he went south, going back up and around, I don't understand how you could get a cell phone ping going that route, because there's basically nothing. Unless you're on the major highway or you're inside the cities, you're not getting coverage inside of a house. And then there's some parts when you go south, you're not even getting coverage out in the open. So that area is real dense, very unpopulated, not a lot. So I'm sure there's a lot of hunting and fishing surveillance that was included, especially if his route was south. Because if I'm looking at that route, why would you drive an hour south and around when you could have literally took the shortest way back, barely hit surveillance, and been home and safe within 15 minutes? But you're going to take all that chance after you just supposedly committed that crime. You're going to take an hour's worth of chances going through towns that don't see a car coming through usually at that time, But yeah, but what I mean is it doesn't make sense, the going down that way. But who knows? Maybe somebody was like, yeah, we don't get cell phone coverage down this way, so maybe it's better that I go this way. I don't know. But there's going to be a bunch of trail cam. I would think if I was the one and I looked at this route when it first came out, to me, I was like, yeah, the reason somebody drove south in that area that nobody lives is because that's where they were ditching the weapon, right? I mean, it would make sense. If that's why you're taking 52 minutes to drive south and up and around instead of driving 15 back, quick and easy, then I would assume you drove all that way because you wanted to get rid of the weapons. So I would think that there'd be a lot of, especially down there, a lot of hunting, trail cams, probably you know, property cams too, but you know, out in the wilderness, they probably have a lot of parks. So it's all, there's a reason why it's 51 terabytes. There's a lot of footage. The tracks in the road, tire tracks in the road. Can I bring up the PCA from a case and see what the differences are? Yeah, we can do that on another night. I'm going to be ending it here in a few. And I'll be back on tomorrow morning for a little bit. And then I'll be back on Wednesday night. What else? What do you think it could be? What do you think? What stuck out to you when you saw this and sent it to me? Do you think they have video of him doing that or something? I just think they have to include him, just in case.
I don't know. It said related to, but
Yeah.
I don't know what I thought. I didn't think really. I just thought it was odd that they have that.
Yeah.
That means they have, yeah.
I would think that if he drove the south route, I mean, why else would you drive out of your way like that unless you were going to dispose? Why? What else?
I don't know. I really don't, because I can't get my head wrapped around the whole situation, really.
Like, why?
I
you
don't
would
know
take
why you would do that.
52 and like going through those like, really, there's not even enough population where it shows up on Google. It's that low. Like, sometimes you're talking 2 digits, like, low. And we all know when you're going through towns like that, hell, even if it's during the daytime and they see a car they never see usually driving down at the same time on the same day, whoa, who's this? You know? So think about it at night, you know, and you go to commit these crimes, and instead of like trying to get home as soon as possible, instead of having the opportunity to get pulled over for only 15 minutes, you take the opportunity to get pulled over for 60. And not only you take the opportunity to get pulled over 4 times as long, but you also are driving through areas that your car is usually not seen in at odd times of the day. So it's like, hello. Don't make sense to me. Automatic ATV. A lot of footage and nothing. Yeah. That's what it's got to be like trail cams and shit from down in that area. There's got to be, I don't know, I'll have to look and see if there's like parks or something. There's got to be a shit ton of parks over there. I mean, it's so dense. Let me see. You got farms. I don't know. Let's see. So going down 95, hooking around this way. A farm that's temporarily closed. Oh, that sucks. A farm, gun club, farm, airport, historical center. I don't know. But really, there it is right there. I don't know. I don't see it. It is. It's a lot of footage and nothing. That's what I feel.
All right,
It's
look right
it's
here.
the number to shock you, huh? The scenic route. Why would you take a scenic route? I mean, to me, when I first saw I was like, well, that's probably where They were probably trying to dispose. Why would you go that far out of your way?
What's Seagate 2 TB external USB drive?
Oh, that's a like a memory brick.
It
What, did
says
something crash on your computer or something?
Lawrence Maury, I don't know if I'm saying that, having given me proof upon oath this day showing probable cause, establishing grounds for issues of a search warrant and probable cause to believe property consisting of a Seagate 2 TB external USB drive.
Yeah, they collected that from his apartment in Washington.
Okay, so then that's the probable cause.
The Seagate? No, they just
Yeah.
collected it. They just collected it like they did other personal items, like the Roku stick.
Oh.
It's just something they collected to see if there was something on there. It doesn't mean there's anything on there. They just collected it, which you should, because that's what I'm saying. In Henrietta, they left 3 computers and like 6 fucking phones behind. You should be collecting it, period. So they should be collecting anything that has any kind of memory capability, any kind of search capability. Yeah, of course. Yeah, it would have to be. Like, to me, I was like, why in the hell are they looking up, or why are they taking a Roku stick? Now, I thought it's one thing for a Seagate memory brick, but when you're going Roku stick, I'm like, damn, they ain't shit. They're picking up those pennies on the ground, you know? I don't blame them. I would too. You never know. It might have something in it. Computers, any electronic devices, anything that can store any kind of information, you're definitely going to want to take. Just in case.
So what are we looking at, the route?
Yeah, I was just showing, who knows? I mean, there's probably trail cams. I don't know. I don't see any parks, just a bunch of farms. Maybe it was because of the botanical garden then. I don't know. I don't know what kind of... I don't see any parks. It's just farms. So I don't know what kind of hunting, and maybe just because it's wide open area, maybe farmers just own a certain section and the national... the state owns the rest of it, and that's why it's fishing and gaming. I don't know. I don't think they zone out hunting areas on Google either, so who knows? Maybe there is like certain hunting areas for it. I mean, you can tell it's totally like nothing, and to me it looks like a bunch of farm area, but who knows? I'm not there. A bunch of fields, but I don't know. Maybe it is hunting. I don't know. I'm not... You'd have to actually almost like see the terrain to see exactly if it is any... I don't know. I'm sure it would be hunting though. It's in that kind of region. No,
Yeah.
I'm not a hunter, so I don't know. I don't know if it's something that is typical for that area or something. I would just assume. But it would be nice. Who knows? Maybe there is a reason why the route went south, Maybe
So
they
many
weren't able to
unknowns.
find it. Yeah, maybe they weren't able to find it, but they have video of somebody going out there. They just couldn't find it. I don't know. There is so many unknowns. It definitely is. Man, I'm gonna have to look up some information on that Nancy NG. That thing is crazy.
Oh,
None
the
of her
lady
friends
that's
are
missing.
talking.
Mhm.
Yeah, none of her friends are talking. It's not cool.
Well, it's fun.
What's up with
It's
that?
weird because in California up north there was a lady that I don't even know how to say this.
Is it a trigger warning?
Yes.
All right, trigger warning. Hit mute, everybody, if you might be triggered, and then when you see it pop off, you'll know it's okay.
Yep.
All right, go ahead.
She was decapitated, and the suspect ran off with her head.
Jeez, Yoile. Oh my
The
God.
suspect ran off with her head,
That's crazy.
and I think they were chasing him. This happened on Saturday.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Where?
Up north in California. I can send you the.
Oh yeah. Jeez, that's horrible. Are we okay now? Damn, thank you for letting me.
Yeah, we're okay.
Yeah, real quick. Woo! It just got spicy at the end. It's like when you're eating a burrito and all the hot sauce made it to the last couple bites, and then you're like, damn. It's good stuff, though. What days do you got off coming up, Un-rav-el? Thursday and Friday, or you just got...
No. It's
I won't be back
Saturday and
tomorrow night.
this weekend.
The weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
No, just Saturday and Sunday.
Just Saturday and Sunday?
Yeah.
Do you got to work late every night?
No. Just
No.
Monday and Tuesdays.
Okay. Well, I'm taking a break tomorrow night and Wednesday morning, but I'll be back Wednesday night for a bit, and then Thursday
You're gonna
afternoon.
play those too?
Huh?
You're gonna play those videos?
Oh yeah.
Of the Scott-
I will tomorrow. What, with the lawyer stuff? Or what?
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just trying to keep it to 3 hours tonight, and then I'm trying to get to bed earlier than normal, just kind of getting some rest for the next couple days, just for preparation and everything. So, because I got a surprise for everybody. So, I just have to get rest and prep and all that good stuff. But no, I'll go through it tomorrow. And if not, if you want me to, I can.
What about
wait-
Jay for Justice?
I can wait to
Hers-
save it. Well, I was gonna
hers
say
is-
I can wait to save it until Wednesday night. If you guys want to hop on Wednesday night, I won't watch it until Wednesday. I won't watch it.
Oh, you gotta watch it.
If you want me to. Well, I mean, if you want to make sure you're on, if you want to make sure that you're up here that we can talk about it. I just can't go I'm already at the limit for tonight. So, but if you want me to save it until Wednesday night, I can save it until Wednesday night if you want to make sure you're on panel and we can talk about it.
Cool.
If that's what you want. Yoile, would you be able to join Wednesday night? And then we can watch, I'll save those 2 videos and we can watch those so we can be on panel at the same time.
Yeah, like I'm
Everyone.
available like at 5 o'clock shortly after 5.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, you guys can watch them. I just won't watch them myself, and then I'll save them until we have our show Wednesday night. We'll go ahead and do those in the beginning, and then I'm sure there's going to be other stuff that we can kind of add to it. That'll be that we can get.
Yeah.
Kind of collect some stuff, other stuff we can kind of look up, things like that. Because I am going to be kind of replaying this episode just to kind of see about some other things to kind of look into myself for other avenues about different things. Because I mean, even the park, and was there surveillance from the botanical? That's a good question. I should be able to go look. No, should be able to. When is the shit? That thing's probably only open during the summer or something, huh? Botanical garden.
I wouldn't
think so. It's probably freezing.
Yeah, Google. You probably can't even get close with Google either.
I don't know. I think it would be open. I mean, it's like
because you would
any
think they
other
would have
place.
trail
It's
cameras.
probably really pretty in the winter.
Oh, maybe.
They would have to have trail cameras. Cameras hidden that look like trees and shit, right?
I don't know.
Or no, you would think it would be part of a live surveillance if they're going to have surveillance. Wouldn't it be
Ooh.
live? Right?
That would be
Instead of a
probably
trail-
on mine then.
Instead of a trail camera where you have to go collect the data.
We probably could find it.
Well, I would think that they're keeping track of game, no?
We should see why the park.
I bet it might have it on YouTube or something.
We should see and bring that Wednesday. We'll see what we can find on why the park and game, what that is about. Be interesting to kind of explore some more on that. All right, everybody, I gotta hop off. Sorry, I gotta get
That's
extra
okay.
rest. Sucks. I'd hate getting off this early, but I'll be back on tomorrow for a little while. So we'll be back tomorrow, and then I'll be taking a break for a little bit, but I'll be back Wednesday night, and then I'll save that stuff for you guys too. So thank you, everybody, for hanging out. Appreciate you. I will see you tomorrow morning. If not, I'll see you Wednesday night.
All right.
Appreciate you.
Good night.
Thank you guys so much.
See you. Good night, Un-rav-el.
Good night,
Good
everybody.
night.
Good night, everybody.
Thank you.
Talk to you guys later. Bye.